Hello everyone and welcome to Build Up to a Good Game. It's FCSB taking on West Ham United today, the final match of the Europa Conference League group stage. It's a dead rubber, however. West Ham are guaranteed top spot and into the last 16 of the competition, while FCSB are guaranteed bottom spot. They can't even finish third. They're rooted to the bottom of the league. So this game means nothing in terms of points. However, in terms of money, there's about 300 grand up for grabs for the winner of this one. And also, it's a big occasion for a couple of West Ham players as well. Just myself tonight, no Gonzo. He's out on a date, I believe. So fingers crossed. It's not just Mubama scoring tonight. Way! I had that line. I had that one lined up for about half an hour. I've been sitting on it, waiting to get out. And I thought I'll just do it at the start of the show. Don't forget about it. And then it's all downhill from here on in. I've peaked. And after I've been live for 50 seconds, and I've already peaked. Story of my life, really. Anyway, shall we take a little look at the West Ham team? In goal for the Hammers tonight is Areola. And I'm just going to read out the team, and then we'll have a little discussion. Because Gonzo's not here, I'm going to need you guys watching live to get involved in the chat as much as possible tonight. So between us, we'll have a little discussion as to what we think the team will be in terms of formation and our thoughts on it as well. So, for the Hammers tonight, we've got Vladimir Soufal as well as Ben Johnson, Ogbonna and Aguerd. We've also got Conor Coventry, Flynn Downs, Manuel Lanzini and Ole Scarles. Scarles makes his first start for West Ham United. We've also got Pablo Fornals as well as Mubama, who we saw quite a bit in pre-season for West Ham. He'll be the striker. So that's the West Ham team. How do we see this? What is the lineup? I'm in two minds. It's either three at the back, right? So we've either got Johnson, Ogbonna, and Aguerd centre backs, Soufal right wing back, but then who's on the left? Or it's four at the back, Aguerd and Ogbonna in the middle, but two left-footed centre backs playing centre back in the back four is a bit unusual, and therefore Ben Johnson will go to left back. It'll be a flat back four. So what's the formation? I'll be honest with you, I'm struggling to work out. Charlie will be along in a little bit to give his thoughts, but I'm struggling to work out exactly what this formation is. Here we go. Hammer Ole says it's four at the back with Johnson left back, Lanzini and Fornals on the wings, like a 4-3-3, I think. Stephen thinks it's a 4-3-2-1, and Leo thinks it's a 4-2-3-1. Scarles is left wing back, says Robert, and Fornals left wing back, says Ryan. Paul thinks it's 4-2-3-1. It's difficult, isn't it? It's very difficult. Gareth, however, thinks it's three at the back. It's hard. It's a hard one to work out what the formation is. I'm more inclined to think it's three at the back. And the only thing making me think that is because of Aguerd and Ogbonna. I'm not sure he'll play both of them centre backs. I don't know. Let's see what the rest of you are saying. Danny reckons it's 1-1-1, 2-2-4. I'd be up for a little bit of that, Danny. Do you know something, Danny? I think I'd fancy a little bit of that. Let's just go wild. Phil, could Aguerd be left back and Johnson right centre back? It's very possible. It's very, very possible. Aguerd's got plenty of experience playing there. Nick's asking why I've got three defensive midfielders with Scarles, Downs, and Coventry. Henry and Robert both think 3-4-2-1. So most people think it's three at the back. And I've asked Scarles as a defensive midfielder, so it'd be a bit harsh if he's not playing defensive midfielder. Yes, we did. We did what most be unpredictable he is. However, Jake reckons it is 3-4-2-1, but Scarles is the left wing back. David's hoping Gonzo did some manscaping before the date. Brad, I don't understand why we're playing majority first team players and not enough youngsters. To be fair, Brad, I don't expect any of these to start on Sunday. By the sounds of it, Fabianski is okay. We'll see Kedder, Dawson, Zuma, Creswell, Suchek, Rice, Bowen, Paqueta, Benrahma, and one of Scamacca or Antonio. I don't think anybody, the people that are starting tonight is back in London. They've even travelled. So that's the West Ham team tonight. Right, what we're going to do now is take a look at the bench. I've pushed the button here. The West Ham bench tonight is just full of youngsters, bar one, and that's Dan Randolph. We've also got Heggie as well as Harrison Ashby. We've also got Sawyer, Forson, Potts, Forbes, Casey, Clayton, and Orford. That is the bench for the Hammers this afternoon. A real young and inexperienced bench. Dan Randolph to one side. So any substitutions for West Ham this evening? We'll see players making their debuts for West Ham, which is nice, isn't it? It's a nice thing to do. So an inexperienced bench. This is... No, I don't know what's happened to Emerson. I can only assume he's picked up a knock. I believe he did pick up a knock in the last game. I just assumed he'd be okay for this one, but perhaps not. Gads doesn't mind playing the main squad. Players are out of form, bring them back into form. Me neither, to be honest with you. I think there's a way to do it. I would have minded one or two other youngsters starting, but I don't want them thrown under the bus. It's an important game for Aguerd, Ogbonna coming back from injury. Lanzini, if Lanzini doesn't play this one, when's he going to get his minutes? We've got Blackburn next week as well, but some of the players that start tonight rely on this competition for keeping their march sharpness up. Now, I know a lot of people talk about Harrison Ashby. We'll discuss him in just a minute. But before we do that, let's take a quick look at the FCSB game. I'll rattle through them. I'm not going to pay too much attention because I can hardly pronounce them, never mind recognise them. But in goal, Tarno Vanu. At the back, according to the UEFA app, is Pantia, Dawa, Bahena, and Radanovic. They're playing a 4-3-3 according to the UEFA app. And the midfield three is Dulka, Ejuma, Oaida. Could they not just play the easiest pronounced names tonight? You've got nothing to play for. Why are you playing? I don't like it. When a player's got 5 letters in their name and 4 of them are vowels, I do not like stuff like that. The front three, Cordia, Campango, and Popescu. There we go. That's a bit better. Number 98 and number 96 up front. Anyway, the bench for the Romanians tonight is Vlad. They've also got Cretu, Komin, Stoka, Dumitar, Boboc, Alaru, Rusu, and how the hell do you pronounce this? Radoslavsku. I don't know. I'm not pronouncing them again. Anyway, there's your team. It's on the screen for you. You can read it better than I can pronounce it. But that's the team. So what we're thinking of the West Ham team, not just, I guess, where do you think they're all playing, but also what do you make of it? Are we happy with it? There's a poll live. Thank you very much, Charlie. See that? I didn't even touch it. Charlie's popped a poll up in the live chat. Are you happy with the starting 11 for the Hammers tonight? Get involved. It's a new feature. Someone recommended it a couple of weeks ago. Said, hey, can we have a poll? We're going to keep doing it now. So there you go. Get involved in the poll. Charlie will be along a little bit later with the results and see what you're thinking generally. But let's have a look at your perhaps a little bit more of a detailed opinion. Daniel says it's a Moyes bottle job. He could have gone for it tonight. Played Antonio Scamacca up front and Ben Rama. I think you're being a bit harsh, Daniel. I don't think the need. No, I'm not buying. I'm not subscribing to that at all. I think I'd be fuming if he started them 3 players and just one of them got injured tonight. I'd be fuming. It's just we've got Palace on Sunday. Sunday's a big game for David Moyes and West Ham. We really need to get 3 points in it. He's left the 11 players plus Antonio Scamacca that will start on Sunday are currently in London training for this game, planning ahead, getting ready for it. They're not focusing on tonight. They're focusing purely on Crystal Palace, which is, it's not often we've had a week on the training ground to prepare for a Premier League game. This week, we've actually been able to train specifically for Crystal Palace and have a week on that training field, and the players that haven't travelled still have that week. I think it's huge, and I think it's too important. I think the team he's picked tonight, I think it's the right one. If anything, it could have done with a couple of youngsters starting the 11. I personally get why he's picked it. I think it's the right team. For what it's worth, Charlie is at the game. Charlie ain't at the game. He's clicking buttons. This Charlie Woodgate, who is a Hammers Chat patron, he's at the game. He's been sending in pictures to the Addicts WhatsApp group of the ground. It looks quite nice, actually. He's got a little bit of stadium envy. And I like how he's in the ground an hour before kickoff watching the build-up show. He's in Romania watching the build-up. That's dedication to Hammers Chat. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Charlie. Right. Brad said he doesn't like how Downs is playing, yet Souček has kept his place in the first team. It does suggest that we're heading down that way. Paqueta is back in training. Downs is in Romania. Well, he's playing. It would suggest that Downs is going to find himself on the bench on Sunday. Right, let's have a little look. Mark is happy, apart from no Ashby. Hammerhead Hardy said he's glad he hasn't gone complete youngsters to start with. It's important for the youngster to interact with the senior players, even if they're only fringe in our eyes. I agree. I think it's you don't throw the youngsters under the bus, do you? The last thing you do is you field a team of youngsters tonight and they're 3-0 down by half-time. What we're learning from that. You have to remember the under-21s this season have not been playing well. If you go have a look at the under-21s like results and stuff, they're not performing well. They're not getting good results. They're doing really bad in the league. So it's not like our under-21s are, top of the league, and there's an argument for fielding quite a lot of them tonight. They're not even performing at their own level. Granted, some of our stronger under-21s are out on loan. Most of them are. Like Okoflex is at Swansea. Thierry Neves is out on loan. Dan Chester's out on loan. Some players that may have been involved tonight. Bongello's smashing it at Birmingham. He's having a really good time there. But I just think it's a sensible approach from Moyes tonight, personally. Dave, thank you very much for the £2 in the super chat. Dave says the like is there, or there. It's that one there. Click that one. Thank you very much. But thank you, Dave. Thank you for your £2 super chat. Much appreciated. Derek says Ashby should have started. Hope he gets some minutes tonight. And Rich says I was correct this morning. He thinks basically we did the breakfast show on Patreon, and I basically said I don't think Ashby will start tonight. I just don't think he's got a future at West Ham, and that's what Rich is agreeing to. Tony saying Daniel was being ironic. He might be. I don't know. I'll be honest with you. It's difficult these days because the live chat can get a bit feisty sometimes. So it's hard to tell. Tone in text is one of the most difficult things in life to interpret. You won't change my mind on that. Darren said it's a dead rubber match. Be nice to win. No biggie if we don't. Team selection's fine. No point risking our first 11 in a match like this. Ryan says it's strong enough team to win this game and to go unbeaten and still giving a few youngsters a chance. Mubama has a chance to make a real impression tonight. Good luck to him. Right, let's see what you're saying. Mancunian saying he would like to see Ashby. Josh would have said Ashby not starting is confirmed. He's off. Ryan saying if Ashby's no intention of staying, why is he even coming with them? Stephen saying number of injuries being racked up by teams in our league. He's surprised he's using as many of our bench warmers. Hope for more kids in the starting lineup. I get that. I guess to some extent there's only 2 Premier League games to go. I think if worst case scenario, 2 your senior players get injured. I think we're well stacked in the centre-back position. The full-backs positions we're looking quite strong in. So even if Fernal's got injured, you've still got adequate cover. I get that though, Stephen. There definitely seems to be a lot of injuries around at the minute. Robert says hard to see where the goals are going to come from, but no real issue. Don't really think we have any informed attacking youngsters other than Marshall. Correct. And just for a little bit of clarity, Marshall's ineligible for this game anyway. Marshall, alongside the likes of Ekwa, couldn't have been selected anyway. So I agree with that comment. Right, let's see what you're all saying. Again, Paul is disappointed that Ariel is starting. Randolph should be the starting keeper tonight because we need Ariel against Palace. I think Fabianski's fit for Sunday. I think that's what this is about. Josh says, think we should have used the young keeper. Peggy, be fuming if Ariola picks up an injury from this nothing game. I agree for what it's worth. When we did the preview, that's the one I would have liked to have seen start. I just think it's an unnecessary risk with Ariola, especially when Fabianski, even if he is fit for Sunday, was subbed in the last game. Hammerhead Hardy, Johnson at left back, possibly. But then one of our left-footed centre-backs is playing on the right side. Not sure what he's doing exactly. He's intrigued. I think it's 3 at the back. I'll be surprised. Ibas says, hope there's some intensity. This could be a very dull game. See, well, this is where I think we'll benefit from having this team out there tonight because they've all got something to play for, haven't they? Every single one of the players in our team tonight have got something to prove. Basically, Moyes' team talk's done for him, which is none of you lot are starting on Sunday, unless you show me something tonight, then I might consider it. You know, Fornals was undroppable last season. Now he's playing in this game and he's not going to start on Sunday. Mubama has basically just been told he's third choice striker. Now, is he? Not really. If Antonio Scamacca was unavailable for a league game, we all know it would be Bowen up front, which is fine. But he's starting tonight. It's a big occasion for the likes of him and Scarles. You know, Coventry is still making it at West Ham. Downs is still trying to establish himself as, you know, I am first 11 kind of thing. There's a lot riding on this for some individuals. Perhaps West Ham, not so much. We've already won the group. But individually, I think there's some players with quite a lot to play tonight. Dylan says he's glad Moyes didn't do the big Sam against Forest with the youngsters. Nick said he wants to see Ollie Scarles because even though he's 16, he was the youngsters that came away with us. Correct. Hockwell says he would have liked to have seen Hassan Ashby start to see what he has to offer. Hughes says, no Ashby starting. That's a miss by Moyes if he's fit. He's on the bench, Hughes. He's on the bench for this one. Dean says that Moyes got right tonight. I hope he plays some of the youngsters. They'll come on. He will bring those youngsters on. Maybe not all of them, but he'll certainly bring some of them on. Major says, who's going to score tonight? Gonzo or Mubama? And that should answer your question, Harry. Where is Gonzo tonight? He's wooing. He's out romancing, isn't he? That's what he's doing tonight. Basically, it's a dead rubber. So Gonzo said, I'm going to have the evening off. I'm going to take his lady out. Right. Just because he's not here doesn't matter. We're still doing the bet. I would have liked to see Heggie, Mark. I would have liked to see Heggie, but I understand why he's going with Areola, but I would have liked to see Heggie. Time to do the bet. And Gonzo's not here, so this is going to get a little bit interesting. Is there anything anyone fancies putting in the bet for tonight? I think we're going to do two bets. And one of them is a monster, okay? I'm going to do that first. So, there's going to be no phrase that pays tonight because Gonzo's away and I don't want the spam. I don't want the chat being spammed by a phrase because I'm on my own. You guys have to create the content for me. So, the first bet is if Mubama scores the first goal of the game, and there's no bookings in the game, it's a dead rubber, right? Let's just. I know people are going to think this is unlikely. I know that's why the odds are what they are. Okay, but hear me out. So Mubama scores the first goal, and there's no yellow cards in the match or reds. Someone is going to win 900 quid. That's it, £900. Somebody will win that. But now what we're going to do is do the realistic bet. Okay, so that's the first prize. What does everyone fancy? Does anyone fancy anything? Leo said shot on target from Lanzini. That's good. We can put that in. There's only 3 players to choose from for West Ham, and he's one of them. People are saying Downs booking or Connor Coventry booking, so we'll go for Connor Coventry because I think he'll be playing deeper. I think Flynn Downs, by the way, will be playing in the number 10 role. I do think we'll see Downs in that number 10. We'll put West Ham to win the game just because we're West Ham fans, so we'll chuck that in. That'll do. £75, right? 3 things, right? If this happens, somebody wins 75 quid. It's not much, but West Ham to win the game, Connor Coventry to get booked, Emmanuel Lanzini to have a shot on target, right? If you've already commented in the live chat, you're already entered into it. We're keeping it simple, unless Charlie comes along. Actually, that's what we'll do. When Charlie comes along, Charlie has to do the phrase that pays, and then when you get involved, everybody's bang, bam, 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 bang. Everybody's getting involved. Right, Andrew's saying, what's the formation? We don't know. We do not know, Steve. We're guessing. Let us know what you think as well. We're not too sure if it's 3 at the back, if it's 4 at the back. We're not 100% sure. Everybody's sort of guessing a little bit. So let us know your thoughts as well, what you think it'll be. But keep getting your comments in. Let me know what you think of. Right, Harrison Ashby chat. Okay, it's time for the Harrison Ashby talk. Get me your thoughts in the live chat about Harrison Ashby. Hughes is asking it as well. I think there's a few reasons. One, Soufal needs the minutes, and I think that's why Soufal's starting tonight. I think it's because Soufal hasn't been playing in the Premier League, so he needs to make sure that Soufal keeps his mark sharpness up. Just the equivalent is just like why Ben Johnson is playing, why Obona's playing, Aguero's playing. I think it's just to keep giving Soufal minutes. Second of all, he comes across as quite injury prone, doesn't he? He feels like he's been out for quite a while. But I think we've just ran out of time. You know, it looked like he was going to leave. Coming into deadline day with interest from Newcastle, it looks set to be off, but he stayed. And it was a case of, well, we're going to have to do something. We're going to have to probably play him in quite a few games, convince him to sign a new deal. He's got a future at West Ham. But he was injured, so it was difficult for Moyes to do that. Now Moyes has only got 2 games, essentially, this one and the Blackburn one. And even the Blackburn one, we're going to run into the same problems, which is Johnson and Soufal will need minutes. Assuming Kerr plays against Crystal Palace, Johnson and Soufal will need game time somewhere. And I think that's probably why he's just gone with Soufal tonight. But I think we've almost ran out of time a little bit. Even if Ashby played tonight and against Blackburn, is that going to convince him to sign a new contract? Personally, I don't think it is. Then we're into the January transfer window, and it's decision time, really, because if he's still not signed a new contract, Newcastle and Leeds United, the 2 clubs that are believed to be after him, they're going to be knocking on the door, trying to get him for cheap, or West Ham have to run the risk of him walking out on a free at the end of the season. And I know there's a tribunal, but I'm not convinced we're going to get a lot of money from that. 1.5, 2 million maybe we'll get for it. It's not much, is it? It's an unfortunate situation that we find ourselves in. He's just been really unlucky. Harrison Ashby has genuinely been really unlucky. Sometimes when you hear former Premier League players speak about when they were given their opportunity, a large part of it is luck. You know, certain player, Glenn Johnson, when we had Tony Carr on, he basically said, you know, it was a case of, do you have a right back? Yeah. This boy, Glenn Johnson. At the time, Glenn Johnson was even knocking on the door of the first team. So I was like, right, we'll have him. We'll give him a go. And look what's happened. It was just almost pure luck to some extent. Remember last year, Harrison Ashby was set to play against Norwich, and it got postponed. I assume it was for COVID. I can't remember why it was postponed. But the Norwich game got postponed, didn't it? It must have been COVID. But he was probably going to play that game, but then when the next game came round, he wasn't there. We didn't use him, and it's just pure unlucky. Anyway, let's see what you're all saying. I'm going to skip to the end of the chat because otherwise I'm going to get quite far behind. Danny says that Soufal's been shocking. Great chance for Ashby to show his class. Jordan says it's crazy in the space of a year. Right back felt a secure spot in our team last season. This year feels a weak link. Ironically, we've only got rid of Ryan Fredericks. Solma says we should be aiming for better fullbacks is our next priority. Nick, we're unsure. We're unsure with Emerson. We can only assume he's picked up a small knock. Otherwise, he would be there as well. Kevin says, what is the obsession with Ashby? He's okay. Nothing more, nothing less. Phil says, Mike Moyes have taken Ashby to sit on the bench and watch while 2 youngsters players if say, look, we do give youth a chance. I think the best way to show Harrison Ashby that youth get a chance is by playing Harrison Ashby. But Grouch says Ashby isn't going to play if he joins Newcastle either. Forge says he'd personally get Soufal gone to give Ashby an opportunity. Alex has said that Ashby is bang average. West Ham Ian says he thinks Ashby will be gone in January alongside Craig Dawson. Christopher says he might get a half. I imagine Ashby, by the way, looking at that West Ham bench, I think Ashby will be the first sub. Maybe not, but I imagine he will be the first player on. If Moyes feels like he's got to bring someone on, or he wants to bring someone on, surely it's got to be Harrison Ashby. Major says Ashby probably wants to go to Newcastle, as it's closer to Scotland, where his family are from, and Newcastle does have an amazing curry house, so don't blame him. They've got a really good kebab house as well. No idea what it's called, but it's just up the road from Flair's on the right-hand side, and it's got like a disco ball on the roof. I really like that. I really like that kebab. Whenever I'm Newcastle, I've got to go there. Also, one thing that is also perhaps important to Newcastle luring Ashby is Ashby's good friends with Elliot, who plays for Newcastle and is the same age as Harrison Ashby, but has also been given minutes in Newcastle's first team this season in the Premier League as well. Elliot Anderson, damn good player as well. So he might have a little bit of that going on in his ear as well. Andrew said we've got a trusted decision on Ashby. We had the same with Ngakia, where we weren't happy, he was sold, but he's gone on to prove the decision was correct. The same with Grady Diangana on the wing as well. Guy said it's a nothing game. Feel sorry for Ashby. Like to have seen Skamaka start to score some goals to boost his confidence. West Ham an official, which is Jake. Jake says, I think it might be Ashby's fitness that could be keeping out tonight. If he's 100% fit, he should be starting. There's no question. Tommy says Ashby deserves this treatment. You don't want to renew your contract. You get benched for 6 months. It's difficult to disagree with that. Like I said, you can argue, well, the way to get him to renew his contract is by giving him game time, but then why should Moyes invest in a youngster that's just going to walk out at the end of the season for tuppence when if Ashby's playing, someone's not playing, whether it's Sufal, Ben Johnson, Tilo Kehrer. If Ashby's in the squad, if Ashby's in the team, somebody is missing out on those minutes, and Ashby may very well leave on a free at the end of the season anyway. It's a difficult situation. It's one that probably could have been avoided, but hasn't been. Spooky Duke, with a nice statistic before I introduce Mr. Walsh, says the Hammers can be the first 100% record ever in the group stage in this competition. And Peter says Fabianski and Paqueta must be fit for Sunday then. Correct. Paqueta has been back in training, and it's reported that Mr. Lucas Fabianski is available, and I promise you this is Charlie. You might not recognise him, but I promise you it's Charlie. Mr. Walsh.
It stressed me out, but I don't like it. It's cold, Gio. It's cold.
Yeah, I better say, you picked the wrong time of the year to do that.
Bro, it was too much. And then I did it, and then I went shopping, and then, what a mistake that was. You when I messaged you the other day and I went shopping at 7 o'clock in the morning, Gio, I was walking about like this. I couldn't deal with it. It was horrendous. It was so cold. Still. Hello.
You've got to come up with a phrase that pays, by the way.
Okay, give me a couple. Right, hang on. Let me start looking at the players' names. I'll get there. We'll try and get there.
Yeah, you're gonna have to do the phrase that pays. The bet, just as a reminder, there's 2 bets tonight. One to win £75. That's West Ham to win. Lanzini to have a shot on target, and Connor Coventry to get booked. That's it. We've tried to keep it simple. I've gone with the live chat, Charlie. That wins. Someone wins £75. The other bet, we've gone big. £800.
You've done a gonzo. You've done a gonzo.
Yes. £800. Do you think we should do £800 one winner, 2 for 400, or 4 for 200, or 8 winners of 100? How do you think we should do it? It would be £800 would be the...
I think, right, hear me out. I think 8 winners. I think if it comes in, last Europa Conference League group game, let's go big. 8 winners.
Or do we put the winner under pressure and say, mate, you can have the 800, or you can divvy up between another subscriber? How greedy do you want to be?
We're gonna go. What's that?
Just so you know,
when they open up the things,
golden balls.
Yeah.
Steal a share. But we'll also tell everybody who the winner is. So if you do keep it all, you're gonna get hate. No, we can't do that. That's just inflicting bullying. Okay, we'll do 8 winners of £100. That bet is Mubama to score the first goal and no cards in the game. It's a dead rubber. I want to see the logic. I can see it's £800. You know, it's a lot of money. Anyway, so the phrase that pays is
Ashby sent to Coventry. I can't lie. I was struggling, and I saw that, and I went, "That's the one. That's the one." I saw another one about Gonzo, but I thought we'd avoid that. We'll go with this instead.
There you go. Get into the live chat. And you're entered. Ashby sent to Coventry. You enter both bet giveaways. Hopefully one of them wins. They can't both win because of the booking in Connor Coventry, but hopefully one of them does. Tell you what, see if like Mubama scores the first goal, then Coventry gets booked, I'm gonna be fuming. Even if the other bet does come in, I'm gonna be raging. If he's the only booking. What do you make of the team, Charlie? What position do you think it is?
I think it is a three at the back. I just
Who's
think
on the left then? Who's left wing back?
my gut says it would probably be. Well, this is so. In the Addicts group chat, this is why I was asking about Skulls, because I'd been told at some point, I don't even remember why and by who, that Skulls could play left back. So it's either Skulls or Fornals. And if Fornals is playing out there, then that means probably Downs is playing in the 10 again. And if it's Skulls, then that means Fornals or Lanzini are playing in the 10. I don't know which one. Or it's a 3-4-3 and it's like a flat 3 type thing.
For some reason, I think Skulls did start off. Go on the Google it, right, and go on the West Ham. Well, at the top, the top result would be like West Ham's official website. Go on there because they actually, in fairness to them, right, they actually do sometimes have quite a good little page for each player. They do have some of them are rubbish, but some of them are actually got a good bit of information. It tells you when they join the club, what positions they play, how they've got on season by season and stuff. There's a few little summaries.
I'm having a little scroll. I'm trying to find him. He's not in Premier League 2. Here he is. Academy. It starts off with the word versatile, so that's a good start. Versatile young player. Skulls joined the Academy at 12. Playing in just 16, 25 appearances. It doesn't say anything about positions.
Nothing. Anyway, thank you to Johnny Smith for the £1.79 super chat. Said evening, gents. Get liking, subscribing, everyone. I mean, just take that bit of advice, would you? Subscribe to the channel. Drop a like on the video by clicking the thumbs up. It helps the channel out massively. And also thank you to Reese for his 4.49 super chat. Says didn't like it at first, but Charlie is slaying with a clean shaven look.
Stressing me out, Reese. Stressing me out. I'll take it, but stressing me out, sir.
It's on BT and
Sport 3.
Stephen. He's a midfielder now. Stephen. All his scars is now a defensive midfielder, but we were just wondering if he began as a left back before being converted.
Like I said, I was told he had played left back, at least played, and also on top of that, when I looked at the transfer market thing, at some point during all seasons he had played there. I don't know what that means. I'm just looking at what the information was in front of me. But
Irish Tommy thinks it's Scotland who fouled. Just he might have done. He might have done. We'll have to. Time will tell. We'll tell within 2 minutes of the game kicking off, however. And while you're all here, I just want to point in the direction of our Patreon. I know we bang on about it, but it's arguably more important than ever to us at Hammers Chat this month because we ain't got any sponsors. All our sponsors have ditched us because it's the World Cup. No thank you. But I'll keep using One Football app every single day. They don't sponsor cinema. I'll keep using it. Manscaped haven't sponsored us for a while. I'll keep shaving my pubes with my Manscaped lawnmower 4. What are you laughing at? I'll keep playing Spitch because that is who we work with. People are like, but anyway, patreon.com/Hammers Chat. Links in description. If you want more Hammers Chat videos, if you want a few perks, including entry to all our giveaways, but also we've got 12 days of Christmas coming up. 12 days of Christmas offers coming up, and patrons get heads up before it as well. So you could actually save your money. Now, I'm actually going to do this.
And I'll say this very quickly. I'll say this very quickly as well about the 12 days. There are certain deals in there that when we were looking through, we reckon will go very quickly. Some will be like one of those things where it's like a day and you'll be able to get involved with it. But some of them we do think will be a little bit fastest finger first on it. So it does actually benefit to be a patron in that instance.
Right, okay. So I'm actually doing this right now.
Can you make sure
I'm gonna pull up proof. I don't know how to show proof without showing everything on my phone, but I've sent it to him, right? So I'm gonna go text him now, and then I'll show the text. I don't mind showing that part. Sent you £4.50 from Harry Parker to get your pal a drink. Have fun. There we go. Gonzo, there you go, Gonzo. And sent you £4.50 from Harry Parker to get your pal a drink. And also Gonzo's last message to me said, "Don't forget to order the nipples." I'm not even kidding. It genuinely is. It says, "Don't forget to order the nipples."
Well,
it's in relation to coasters, but
did you remember?
I have not ordered any nipples.
There was one message, bro.
Gonzo's a way to use the 450 to try and get some nipples.
This is what happens. See, this is what happens when you're not on. Do you know what I mean? When I review to a Gon, this is what happens. Gonzo starts saying that you're watching ABBA or whatever, and we just start talking about nipples. It's just the way it goes. It's just the way it goes.
So we'll wait and see. If he replies, the date's not going well. If he does reply, if he doesn't reply, sorry, hello, he's obviously doing all right. I mean, how about this for information, Charlie? On the 4th of October, Skulls played left wing back against MK Dons in the Papa Johns, and Ames has rocked up to say, according to the Athletic, he can play left back, left wing, as well as central midfield, and played against MK Dons as a left wing back. There you go.
It's backing up the three at the back hypothesis that I'm rocking. You know,
Scott's got some beer mats. They turned up yesterday.
I will say
they are good.
I've said this to Gio, but they are probably.
I am biased.
They are so good.
They are
anyway, literally, Canning Town Len did bits on these. I'll give him credit.
Yeah, he smashed it. Are you happy with the team though? Generally,
yeah. I mean, like, it's not the greatest thing I've ever seen. I would have. It's the sort of halfway house between going strong and going youthful, but I can't complain. I said this last time when we played Coventry and that. I can't complain. Like, I want him to play youth. He is playing youth in this game. We're seeing Skulls, we're seeing Coventry, and we're seeing Mubama. I'm not going to complain too much. And realistically, I mean, you're probably saying 2/3 of those players max have an opportunity of playing this weekend, probably. Ariola, Fabianski's not fit, which it seems he is because he's not even travelled to... Well, you would suspect he's fit because Ariola's playing, so he's probably not going to get the chance. You're looking at maybe one of Sufal or Johnson, but realistically, Kera is going to be playing right back, so they're probably not going to start. And then, arguably, Downs, Fornals or Lanzini if Paqueta's not back, but he's back in training.
Yeah.
So there we go. So you're looking at... You're saying, realistically, none of these players are going to be playing, and you have to keep them fit. It's one of those things where you have to give people game time. You have to keep them fit. There's a reason why a goalkeeper as good as Ariola would come in to West Ham last year and be happy to play as the cup goalkeeper, because you have to give them the opportunities to grow and get better and all that sort of stuff. And on top of that, we have some youth players. The bench is wild. The bench is completely and utterly insane. I'm here for it, though, because it means if we do see any substitutes, then we'll at least see more youth players, which is exciting. And hey, Obama's probably going to get 90 minutes, so... Whether he's going to get any support with that lineup, I don't know. That's my big.
Yeah, I mean, I was going to say it's lacking a little bit of creativity, isn't it?
Yeah, you're hoping Ollie Skulls maybe can play. I don't know, number 10 as well as everything else. I don't know, but it does lack someone to create. Really, I mean, Lanzini and Fornals can do that, but they're more, to use your term, creating for the creators as opposed to getting the assist type thing. So you're lacking a little bit there, but. I mean, outside of that, like you say, they're definitely dead and buried, aren't they? FCSB.
I think he's worked backwards, Moyes. I think Moyes has picked his 11 for Palace and said, right, that lot I'm not picking.
Makes
think he's... I mean, leaving out Antonio is quite interesting, I guess, because a year ago I would have been like, yeah, it's fine, leave out your injury-prone striker. But he's not injury-prone anymore, Antonio. Antonio has actually been available and fit for quite a long time now. And fair play to him, because he's made big changes in his life and in his diet to try and stay fit. And it's working. It's paying off handsomely. So to leave Antonio back sort of makes sense. But I think it's also interesting because he's almost left back 12 senior players. And the additional one is Mikel Antonio. So that'd be interesting. But I think Moyes has picked his Palace team, right, I'm not touching them. And then he's gone, right, who's my senior players left over? That, right, I'll start them. Oh, I've got 2 left, okay. Who's my 2 best youngsters? Well, in the sake of Mubama, I guess, well, who's my young striker he's having to play? And who's my next best one? Ollie Skulls. Who's the one I feel might step up? Skulls. And the evidence is there. You know, I went away in Europe a couple of weeks ago. He was the only youngster that Moyes took out with him. And he has used youngsters on the bench, but we're not taking them off the bench. You know, we've seen Freddie Potts on the bench quite often. We know Regan Clayton's been involved in training. He's the one player I was looking forward to seeing the most tonight. I don't know why, Charlie. I think it's just because I've never seen him play before. And highly sought after, being involved in first team training already. Quite a mainstay in the under-21s team. I think he's got the most appearances in the under-21s team, apart from Ekwa, who's ineligible tonight. That's got to count for something. So I was probably just looking forward to seeing him, and I'm hoping he does get onto the pitch as well. And that's what we'll see. I would like us to make all 5 subs tonight. I do want us to make them. We'll obviously finish the game, hopefully, with 7 youngsters on there. I'd imagine Scarles might be one of the ones he takes off. But yeah, it's a good team.
At the beginning of the Europa Conference campaign, where we had the group draw and everything else, and I was looking at it, my concern was a little bit, and this was definitely getting ahead of myself at the time, but it's worked out, that I was concerned that we wouldn't get to see youth players in this last game, given it is away in Bucharest. You would suspect, like, that's probably a difficult atmosphere, especially if they have something to play for. Like, it would be difficult to just go and lob youngsters in, a bit like Allardyce did against Forest or whatever. I'd be a bit concerned about that, even if we had nothing to play for, that we weren't going to see them. So the opportunity, the fact that we are getting to see some, and it is like, there have been times this year when we have wanted Mubama on the bench because we haven't had Antonio and Skamaka for whatever reason, right? He's getting an opportunity to show himself now in a position that he's good in. It's not like, I've spoken about Downs recently and how I feel a little bit sorry for him because he's getting game time, but he's getting game time in a position that's not his. So when David Moyes goes to pick the team sheet next time, he goes, well, I know Rice and Souček work in these positions, so I'll pick them. He's not going to he doesn't know if Down works in that position because he doesn't give him a chance, right? Bubama's getting the opportunity in that position. Coventry is getting the opportunity in that position. So I'm hyped. And also, we get to see Aguerd again, which is something I really want to see as well on top of that. So I can't be too negative, even if the lineup looks maybe slightly too negative.
Let's say it's 3-4-3. I like calling it 3-4-3 when we play the wing back.
If this helps, I don't think this is indicative of anything, by the way, but BT Sport did just flash up 3-4-3 as their formation for West Ham as well.
Yeah, they're next to useless, that though. Yeah. I've seen them come up with wild things before. I'm pretty sure last week they had us playing 4-3-3 with Emerson left centre midfield, so discard what they say. Assuming it is a 3-4-3, who do you think's next to Coventry, Lanzini or Downs? Or do you think Downs is in the number 10? I know who you think it should be. You would like to see Downs in there and Lanzini up ahead, but I reckon it'll be Downs in the number 10. I reckon Lanzini's going to be in beside Coventry.
If it's 3-4-3, then... If it's 3-4-3, my gut says it'll probably be Scars at left wing back, it'll be Coventry and Downs in the middle. And
I reckon Coventry and Lanzini. I hope it's what you're suggesting, though.
I think it is. I think that's what it... But... Well, like you say, within about 5 minutes of it starting or 30 seconds of the game kicking off, we'll be able to figure it out roughly. But yeah, it's just I'm just always excited to see youngsters make their debut, Gio. It's something we've missed for a long time, is playing enough youngsters, and I've given Moyes a lot of stick for not doing it enough. But so when he does do it, I'm at least going to celebrate it a bit.
Sharky, thank you for the £3 super chat, my friend. Much appreciated. Edward's asking if the opposition's got a strong side. We had a little flick, didn't we, Charlie? We were both trying to work it out, and I think they've got a slightly rotated team, was my conclusion.
Yeah, I mean, I noticed certain things like their captain's not starting tonight. They've got some high numbers in that squad, which usually indicates that it's slightly weaker. But I think it's rotating.
I don't think you can read much into that, though. Foreign shirt numbers are always wild, aren't they? They've always got reasonings behind it. Why are you 56? Because 5 plus 6 is 11 and not left winger. Eh?
Yeah, vibes. Why is Ronaldinho number 80? Because he was born in 1980. What's the question? I don't get what the stress is here. I'll just do what I want.
It's just wild, though. It's just wild.
I mean, yeah, like you say, I think it is rotated, but I don't think it's their reserves or anything. I just think it is rotated. And if you are looking for players to look out for, again, it's the only FCSB player I can name, and that's Popescu. That's the only one because I've read he's good. But I've only ever seen him play once, and that was against us for a bit when he came on. That's the one player I can give you any information on whatsoever. So,
well, it's one more than me. I don't know any. I can't remember any of them either. Honestly, as I'm getting older, my memory is getting worse. My memory used to be really good. Now it's really poor. I have to go back and I had to listen to our review before the previews to trigger what we were like against them at the London Stadium.
Well, you did one more step than I did. I didn't bother doing that. I'm just, I play it where it lies. Team comes to me, I see it, I see what I say what I see. We watch the game, whatever happens. I ain't got no thoughts. But like I said, that's the one player I could have named before. It's still the one player I can name because I can't remember a single other thing about them.
Right, before I disappear, because my baked potato will be ready in 5 minutes, it's time for everybody to get your score predictions in. Let's see what you're all saying. I'm not 40, Peter.
Look at that. I shave, and all of a sudden you become the old one.
I am old.
I mean, you're older than me.
I feel old.
Look, Gio, we can both lie in our beds comfortable tonight, knowing that we will never be as old as Gonzo. You know what I mean?
I mean, that is factually true. Andy says 0-0. Flipping out. This will be a good game, Andy. Henry's 1-1. Ray says 2-1 West Ham. Guards has gone 6-9. We love a 69 on here. Stephen says 2-2. Gonzo's hoping for 6-9 as well. Dan says 3-0 to West Ham, while Christopher's gone 4-2. Mark's saying 3-1. Stephen and Davin are going for Desmond, while Stephen says 1-0. Kaiser's gone 3-0, as has Harry, while Nicola agrees with the very first one, Mark, which is 0-0. Whoopie Doo says 1-1, while Darkin says 2-0. Anthony says Moyes has hired a hooker to pull Gonzo so he can bribe Gonzo to praise him every show, or he releases Gonzo's formation and performance.
That's fine. If Moyes wanted Gonzo to praise him, he'd just start delivering vegetables again, and then it would be non-stop.
Yeah, do you remember that? Gonzo's reasoning for West Ham surviving relegation was because David Moyes delivered vegetables. It was a fantastic theory. I back Moyes to keep us up. Why? Because he delivered vegetables. I mean, it worked.
That's what I was going to say. We can mock if we want, but the facts are the facts, and we are still a Premier League side. So you know.
Anyway, Scott says 1-1, while Stephen is 2-0. Major's also saying 0-0. Justin's gone 2-1, while Jake thinks we're going to thump him 5-0. Mike has gone 1-0. Wes is 2-1, while Joan is 3-0, as is Dave and Steve. Andy's gone 500-0 West Ham. I would have a pound on that if I were you, Andy.
Yeah,
and Matt says 2-0. Dean is 1-1. Mark is 1-0. And Peter is going for Desmond, as is XXX. Andrew's 3-1. Charlie is looking 21. And Lassie Dog is going for 1-2. The usual suspect thinks we're going to get beat 2-0, while Talis is 2-1 West Ham. Mike's 2-0 West Ham. Jake is 12-0 West Ham. And Hammerstad's 2-1. Anyway, what you say, Charlie?
It's really difficult to say, like you say. Like I don't. They're slightly rotated. We're obviously rotated. I think if you looked at it on paper in terms of just individual ability, you would probably give it to us as a win. But I'm struggling to see where
it's the worst score prediction we've ever had to do, because it's like you don't really have much to base it on, and also it doesn't really matter. So it's sort of like
So I'm sort of reaching out for anything. I'm saying I don't think we've got enough creativity to score bundles, but I do think we'll get at least one slightly rotated for them. Let's go 2-2.
I'm gonna say 2-0 West Ham. Our defense is solid. Aguerd, Ogbonna, Johnson. That is a solid defense back there. Our real line goal. I mean, that back four, if we're playing 3 at the back, plus Ariel and goal, you could field that in the Premier League. You know, you'd be like, fair enough. Granted, 1 or 2 players are missing, but in theory. Just quickly, Johnny, thank you very much for 179 Super Chat. Johnny says, I think 3-0. The youngsters are going to shine. Ben, with I like how you heard it here first. I like a genuine you heard it here first. Not this, Mubama is going to get his first goal for Hammerstone. Well, I mean, it's very possible when he's starting as the striker. It's possible. Yeah. I like the wild ones like this. I like the obscure you heard it. When people say you heard it here first, usually I've heard it somewhere else already. But I have not heard anybody say Ariel is going to get an assist until I read Ben say that. So
I love it you heard it here first. I back that. It's a true one, like you say.
So yeah, I'm gonna say 2-0 West Ham for this one, but it's one of those games where we can actually enjoy and just. What are you looking for before I go? What are you hoping for tonight? What is like do you know if you had 3 things that does happen in the game? And this is for the live chat as well, and then Charlie will get involved with your thoughts. Charlie will be the one clicking all your thoughts. If you could pick 2 or 3 things that happens tonight, what would you pick?
Mubama goal. A good display from Aguerd. I'm pretty confident in that anyway. But I would love to see that. That's one of the things I'm most excited for. And then, I was going to say Downs playing DM for once, but I don't know. I'd like to see a youth player come on, get an assist at least. I'd like to see that. We've got a lot of youth players there who can sort of play in the attacking midfield positions. I'd like to see one of those come on and get an assist. Those are my three. Good game from Maguire, a Mubama goal, and then a youth player assist.
This isn't good news, though, is it? Lazio dropping down into the Conference League. I mean, that's true. The Europa League's come to conclusion tonight, so we'll know exactly which teams are dropping down. And just to confirm, I have had nothing from Gonzo, and he's not even read it, which means the date's going well.
Or it's going really badly.
And he better send that 450 back, because if he's not seen the message, it means he's not bought her a drink. You better give her the money back for Harry, right?
Disgraceful.
Honestly, if I could pick a couple of things to happen tonight, Charlie, I'll go for Fernald's goal. I think our midfielders need to start contributing more in the final third going forward. And I appreciate what you're saying about Mubama. It would be a lovely thing, but I don't think there's much long-term impact there. I think it'd be nice tonight and we'll forget about it tomorrow. With Fernald's, I think a goal just means that on Sunday, if we take him off the bench, hopefully he's got a little bit of confidence behind him as well. 90 minutes for Aguero and Ogbonna, kind of cheating here, but both of them to play all 90 minutes, play well, no injuries, just major steps in the rehab. And 5 youngsters come off the bench, 5 substitutions, one of them to be House and Ashby ideally, but 4 as well. I'll be a bit disappointed, Charlie, if it come the 90 minutes, we've made 2 subs all game.
Yeah,
a bit like, just put them on.
Give them the chance.
And for 20 minutes at least as well. I understand if he wants to keep one back in case there's an injury until the last 5-10 minutes, but 4 of the subs, have them done by the 70th minute and get the youngsters on the pitch. I don't know who. I'd like to see Sawyer to come on. I think he's somebody that could do well. Regan Clayton would be the other one as well. Those 2 youngsters and Ashby, 3 is the 3 I'd like to come on, but at least 20 minutes each. Or then give them an opportunity to get on the pitch and show us what they can do and just enjoy it, I guess. So that's what I should say. But anyway, I'm going to disappear. My baked potato was ready 2 minutes ago, and I should be back at half time.
Enjoy it. I'm very jealous. See you later. I'll see you at half time. If you want to hear more of people who actually know what they're talking about, make sure to come back at half time, because Gio will, of course, be here giving it all his opinions. Irish Tommy says, I want to see Ashby come on, score a goal, take off his shirt, reveal a Newcastle shirt underneath, then run out the tunnel, out the stadium where Howard's waiting for him in a car. If you've ever heard a WWE prediction, that is it. That is the most WWE prediction I've ever heard. Good to see you guys come in. Hope you all are well. Thank you all for joining me. Of course, this is the watch along for FCSB versus West Ham United in the Europa Conference League, the last one of the campaign until March for us. Lovely stuff that we're already done and dusted with. Both dead rubber game for both teams. They are not possible to survive in the tournament at this stage, and we are obviously already through. So I'm not expecting the most exciting, unbelievable performance, but it's exciting from our perspective because of the lineup, because of the youth players involved. Let's go through it very quickly if you haven't already. And while I do that, on a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the least confident possible, 10 being the most confident possible, how confident are you of a West Ham win today? Let me know, because I'm interested to see where those confidence levels lie. I'm looking at a lot of the predictions there. We're thinking lots of draws coming out, stuff like that. I'd be interested to see where the confidence levels lie. Shut up, my friend. Hope you're well. Listen, there are a lot of dresses around there. And listen, who says you're wearing it? I could be wearing a dress. How dare you? Yes, it is me, Ezekiel Walsh. I was trying to think of another name beginning with C, because that's what it would be, right? But no, that's an excellent reference, by the way, Major. I'm very happy with that. Right, let's have a look at these teams. So, West Ham line up as such. Areola in goal. Sufal, Johnson, Aguerd, Ogbonna. Then we have Skulls, Coventry, Downs, and then Fornals, Lanzini, and Mubama. We'll figure out what formation is when it happens, when it starts, because we can all have theories, and we all probably do. and God knows how many of them are going to be accurate, because there seems to be about 8 different formations that could be played. And I can't decide which one it is. Like I said, I think it's a 3, but we'll end up seeing. The bench, though, however, is much more exciting in terms of youth players. Again, West Ham bench is Randolph. I'll put it on the scene. Randolph, Hedgie, Ashby, Forbes, Casey, Clayton, Forson, Potts, Orford, and Sawyer. I don't know how to pronounce it. And that is sort of in rough positional order. So you've got your 2 goalkeepers, you've got Ashby, Forbes, Casey, and Clayton as defenders. You've got Forson, Potts, Orford, and Sawyer as different types of midfielders. Likewise, FCSB, they start off with Tarvovanu, Pantia, Dawa, Buhena, Radunovic, Ejuma, Dolka, Oedo, Cordea, Popescu, I think, and then Compagno. Their bench, also in positional order, Vlad, Kretu, Bobek, Oleu, Radoslavsku, Koman, Stoika, Demetir, and Rusu. So those are the lineups, ladies and gentlemen, and I've butchered the vast majority of them. Let's have a look at these confidence levels. He doesn't want to look at me. Look, doesn't want to make eye contact with me. Look, he's just looking perpetually away from me because he doesn't even want to. What's the word I'm looking for? Acknowledge. 8, 10. Yes, Joe. 7, 5, 6, 9, 7, 9, 5, 8, 7, 6. Able to knock out how I'm being a like, yes. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we're talking about, Sean. Let's just keep this WWE train going. 7, 6, 8. No comment, Lewis. No comment. Ames is coming through with a solid 8. A whopping great 69. Good to see, Dan. Good to see. We can only hope. Let's all get really into the details of Gonzo Sex Life. 9. Well, good to know, Mr. I. But I'm glad we have some inside info on this. It's my auntie, and he says he thinks Ashby's pony. Well, we can only hope. 8 out of 10, 3-0 Iron, says Steve. Good to see you. I hope Rhodes is treating you well, my friend. 7-ish, 1. Ashby sent is the phrase that pays. Ashby sent to commentary. If you haven't already got that in, lob it in now. 5, 8, 6.5, 8, 7. Having a little scroll, looking for numbers. Thank you. How are you? I hope you're well. It's gone. I'm cold. I hope you are. I'm cold. 10 out of 10. Can you read the opponent's starting 11 again? It is on TV, by the way, Will. I'll do this, right, while I read the opponent's starting 11 again. If you are not able to watch the game for some reason, it is obviously on BT Sport 3 in the United Kingdom today. But if you are unable to watch it for whatever reason, there are ways you can do it. And while that flashes up on screen, here we go. I'm going to read their lineup again. It is Tarvananu, Pantia, Dawa, Buhena, Radunovic, Ejuma, Dolcia, Oedo, Cordea, Popescu, and Compagno. No doubts. No doubt. Who doubted me? Good to see. Chalky. What a man. What an absolute geezer. I need to finish writing that Waterloo Road video. That's a good point. Thank you for reminding me. Judas, my trustworthy friend. I hope you're well. I hope you're good. So there we go. We're about 7 minutes away from kickoff. I'll do it again if you want. It's not in North. I'm not in North Idaho today. I'm actually in my own home in North London because I do actually have BT Sport. It has, when West Ham are in Europe, it has West Ham and it has wrestling. So worth it for me. So I actually get it during then. But if West Ham drop out of Europe, you best believe I will be popping over to North Idaho. Where it might be warmer, colder. I don't know what the climate's like. I'm not there right now. 7 out of 10 with Bama to be the cow who's mum of a sheep, says Xavier. Now, I read that out knowing I was confused by it, hoping that as I would say it out loud, it would hit me. Like I would realize what was going on. And I still don't know. But Xavier, I respect it. Good to see you. And that is actually great info. Thank you very much, Major. because I did not even think about that, and I'll probably be doing a live stream for it. So thank you very much. That's a great point. 3 p.m. Conference League draw. We'll probably be doing a live stream for it. So thank you very much. Oh, no, we're not in it. So we won't be doing a Conference League draw for it. So I don't have to worry. Great. What time to be live? Oh, where would we be in it? I don't know. That's the latest problem. As Lee says, hit the like button, ladies and gentlemen, and subscribe while you're there, because we've been the only West Ham channel to do a watch along every single game last season. I still haven't gone back and find out exactly what the streak was. I should do it because I kind of want to flex on the people and let them know. But obviously, we have missed one this year. But last year, nailed every single game. So if you want to be getting involved, then I would love you to, because I do this by myself. And so without you, it is just not possible. Then make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the bell notification button so you don't miss out on any future videos, because we've got tons coming up. Even during the World Cup, we have stuff planned. We have stuff planned for during the World Cup. Stuff that is bold, and I don't know how we're going to make happen. We'll see. So subscribe. Anyway, we are a couple of minutes away from kickoff. There is a timer up in the top corner that will say exactly how far behind you I am, because, of course, for some reason, when you watch it live on the BT Sport website, it's still behind the television by like a minute, and I don't really understand why, but that's where we're at. So if you want to know exactly how far behind you I am, there is a thing here that can help you with that. But you've seen the lineups. You've spoken to the different... We've spoken about them. We've seen the different vibes. Ladies and gentlemen, I will now ask for your final score predictions. Lob them in chat, please, as West Ham are getting ready to walk out the tunnel, I believe. They are getting ready to walk out the tunnel. I just also got distracted because I saw Roma versus Ludogorets, which if I was not watching this, I would be watching now. So I'll put the subs up. There you go. There you go. Have a little look. Have a little look, my friend. Have a little look. Willie, good to see you. Who are you looking forward to seeing? PS bid. I know. Stress. Honestly, Aguerd, the youth players, obviously, but also Aguerd on top of that. I just want to see him play more. I'm very excited. He is in a dark place. This is my problem. You can tell where my light is. It's here. If I put my hand above it, there, because it obviously blocks Danny. And every time I move, you block it. I'm coming up with a solution to that, but it is a bit of an issue. 3-0. I'll show you this in just a moment, Callum. 0-0, 2-0, 2-0, 3-0, 2-0. 3-0, 2-1, 2-1. Listen. Let's just all hope Gonzo's fine. 4-0, but if there's no injuries, then it's a win either way. Very true, actually. That's a great point. No injuries is a good one. 2-1, 3-2, 2-0. Really hope we get a young player to have a standout game. Yeah, strongly agree. Thank you very much, Michael. That's very kind of you. We don't have it on the third kit specifically in Europe. So in Europe, we're not allowed to, when we play European fixtures, we're not allowed to have the Betway logo on. I think maybe it's only if we're away. I don't know, but because of betting laws around the world, we can't have Betway on our kit, which I think makes the kits just look significantly better. But you know, 1-0, 2-0. Where is it? Skipped 2-0. Orangina. I haven't had Orangina in years. I could back an Orangina right now. 2-1 West Ham. 37-21. Says Callum. Bold. 3-1. Nice midfield. Hope they don't get followed by the older veteran team who we are playing. Yeah, I mean, theirs is also rotated, but I don't know what the ages are. So, yeah, fair. Someone said this in a live chat I was in. I don't remember who said it. I was on the camera at the time. I don't remember who said it, but someone said that they went out of business. I think it might be Dean. Dean might have said it. And then I went and looked up into it, and I was like, it's crazy. No more Ashley Zizou. But forever living rent-free in our heads. So, you know, it is what it is. Very much so. If you are looking for a way to watch the game, I'll say it one more time. If you are looking for a way to watch the game, because it's on BT Sports 3 in the UK today, I've been doing too much, Lewis. I'm very tired. Then I would recommend you look in the Discord in the link below, in the description down below. If you click on that, there's a bit there called join our Discord, and if you find that, it's completely free to join. Lovely West Ham Hammers chat community, but all fans of all clubs are welcome. But more importantly, if you scroll down on the left hand side, there's a bit there called links, stream links, and you should find what you're looking for. We are moments away from kickoff in the final group game of the Europa Conference League. It's West Ham United versus FCSB away. Solid. And he did in the end. Dish best served cold. And we will be we'll be watching it together, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining us. Make sure to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. We'll be live throughout the entire game. G will be back at half time to have a conversation about that. He'll actually be able to talk it through with knowledge, which is what I do not obviously, which is vibes. And then, yeah, we'll see how it goes from there. The BT Sport graphic, by the way, has completely changed to a 4-4-2 now. They're thinking it's going to be a 4-4-2 with Aguerd at left back and Skulls at left wing. They changed that. Earlier it was at 3 at the back. So God knows what's going on. We'll find out as it happens. But make sure to stick around as well all the way till full time when there will be a full live match review with Gio. You got to respect it. You got to respect it. Like I said, they may not live in terms of football clubs, but they will live forever in our heads. FCSB just rocking with the fans right now. Last time they're going to be in this competition as well. They're obviously out already. Really excited to see them. Really excited to see some of the youth players. Hopefully we can just create for Mubama. That's my big problem here. Hopefully we can just create with Mubama. I know it just keeps changing. It just keeps changing. Right, let me pull up. There we go. And we are underway, ladies and gentlemen. Come on, you eyes. Deploy the boys. It's time to run two things. FCSB versus West Ham United. It's 0-0. Obviously, it's only just kicked off, Charlie. And there we go. A stadium not full. But then again, like I said, dead rubber game for both teams. You wouldn't suspect it be. You wouldn't suspect it be. And an early foul. An early foul on against Flynn Downs from Radu Najvi. How do you pronounce it? I have, not all of them, but I have listened to it, Michael. I do quite love it. I do quite love it. I haven't listened to all of it, though. I need to listen to more of it. That is a wild challenge and a dead rubber game. I mean, it doesn't end up being too dirty, but it is a bit of an ambitious sliding tackle. It's going to be a free kick right on the edge of the area. Sorry, right on the edge of the sort of pitch. Sort of throw in touchline position. You're talking about 3 yards off from being in line with the edge of the area. To be precise. Not being able to figure out what the formation is yet, thankfully, just due to a foul straight away. Soufal and Lanzini are standing over it. It looks like it'll be a Soufal cross, I would suspect. A layoff short to Lanzini. Lanzini stops it and then whips in a cross. I think that's what we're going to see. Just adjusting all my volumes at the same time. Whipped in from Soufal. No one can quite get on his head there. Aguerd was there but couldn't quite find it. Flynn Downs as well to get there. He shows a bit of pace as well. I don't know how fast he is, but he does decently there. Downs masterclass incoming. That's what I'm saying, Sean. That's what I'm saying. It's either a 0-0 snooze or a 4-4 humdinger. Well, for my own sake, I'd prefer a 4-4 humdinger, but you're not wrong. You're not wrong. I wouldn't, but I can understand why people would. I personally wouldn't know. I wouldn't until, like, he's got until the World Cup at least to figure it out, and then probably after that for me. Awful piece of play from West Ham. But Ben Johnson, under some pressure, lays it short to Areola in an awful position, who's just falls as he's trying to sort of clear the ball. It's going to be a corner for FCSB. It's bad play. It's bad play. Yeah, probably not. Probably not. Well, we'll see. We'll see. Whipped in for FCSB. Oh, a head comes onto it, but Popescu's the one who plays it in, and I don't know who attacks it, but someone headed it, and it sort of deflects a little bit limp in the end, but it was close. The ball comes back in towards the box. Ogbonna headers it away. Again, nodded back down towards goal. That's a heavy touch from Soufal, and a huge sliding challenge from one of their players. I don't know which one it is. I think it was, I'm looking at the list. I think it was Compagno there. It was a heavy touch. It was played in towards Soufal, whose touch was god awful. And to be fair, the player slid in to try and get there. He wasn't going to come to anything. Their corner taken quickly doesn't work out for them, and West Ham can come away with the ball. Skulls does look a bit wide on the left. Sort of trying to figure out the formation now. Skulls is he's on the left hand side touchline. Who's next to him? Is that Lanzini? I think it's Lanzini. Ball over the top to Fornals. Nicely done. He's got Skulls on the overlap. Mubama can't quite get the control. Although, that's a really nice ball from Soufal. Downs is there. Pulls it back across for Mubama. Close on the far side. Ollie Skulls picks it back up. Lays it short to Fornals. Oh, save from the goalkeeper. Spilled. Not quite. West Ham couldn't quite get there. We maintain possession of the ball with Ogbonna. I'm pretty certain Scarles is at left wing back, by the way. Ogbonna wide on his left-hand side. Plays it into Lanzini on the inside. Finds Scar on the overlap. Tries to whip in the cross. It was a poor cross, and it's going to be straight out for a goal kick. A close opportunity there. A very, very close opportunity. I'm looking at the formation. I am thinking it is Scarles left wing back. He's on the touchline at least. And Ogbonna at left centre-back, Aguerd at centre-back, and then Johnson at right centre-back, and Soufal at right wing-back. I believe that's the way it looks. We've then got Lanzini. I think we've got Lanzini and Coventry in the 2, with Downs just ahead of them, and then a sort of Fornals Mubama frontline type thing, I think is what's going on. I don't know. We'll have to see that last bit. I'm a bit less sure about, but we'll see. Thank you, David. That's very kind of you. It's very kind of you. I'll take that. I don't know if I agree. I'm very self-conscious, so I like having long hair and beard just because it protects me. But it's a fair... I'll take that. That's very kind of you. Thank you, David. Grace, listen, I'm trying. I'll rob them another email. We'll see what I can get going. You know what I mean? I say I'll wear their t-shirt from the Primark collection I have every single stream if they do it. Like, we'll give it a shot. We'll give it a try. It would be a beautiful November if true. FCSB passing it all the way around to the back. It's a positive start from us. It is a positive start. It looks more like a... Do you know what? I'm looking at it now. I think it is more 3-4-3. Like, I'm looking at it. I think it is sort of Mubama down the middle, Flynn Downs on the right, and Fornals on the left. I think is what it looks like. Coventry passing it back. The thing about David Moyes, right? I'm seeing some people saying, would you fire him if he lost both games? I wouldn't, but I think it's only because he deserves an opportunity to try and build the team that he's been trying to build. And if that doesn't work out, it doesn't work out. And I'm probably being more kind to him than I should be, given the fact that I don't particularly like David Moyes as a manager, and I never have. But I think over the last year, 2 years, he's been, or since he's come back really, has been good enough to where I think he deserves that opportunity. But I can't exactly disagree with people. I mean, like today, for example, Sitting Coast is saying if Moyes is playing Downs as 10 in a meaningless game, there really is no hope for him. But I think he might actually be on the left wing or the right wing. Now I'm looking at it. The worst thing about it is Lanzini's on the pitch. So I think Lanzini, I'm looking at this formation, I think it is a 3-4-3 with Mubama up front, Fornals on the left, and Downs on the right. And I think Lanzini is playing at a double pivot alongside Connor Coventry, and then Scarles is at left wing back. Oh, that's awfully done, and West Ham have a good opportunity. Downs finds Mubama, can't quite get that touch. Bullied well by the FCSB defender there, but it was a nice opportunity again. We're pressing well. This is the thing I like from this 3 at the back formation, which I'm now 100% convinced we are playing, is we press a lot better with it. A lot better. Scarles, by the way, is definitely left wing back. Like, my man could not be more on the left touchline if he tried. He's been told to hug that line, and he is there for it. He's there to give width. Him and Soufal are there to give width, and he is doing that. It allows us to press really nicely. There was another good opportunity where, again, this is, you could talk about the levels of teams or whatever, but it was nice pressing there and nice just put yourselves in good positions to win that opportunity. Ogbonna looking for a long ball over the top from Mubama, who battles with it. It's going to be a long night for him. There is not a lot of creativity around him. Still. Week 1 can only hope you can come in soon, my friend. One can only hope. My girlfriend's the opposite. She prefers this. We are forever at odds about this. Such a weird formation. Not a weird formation, just a weird team selection. And I think Gio's right. I think Gio said it right, to be fair, when he said about, I think he's sort of worked his way backwards, picked the team he wants to play at the weekend, and then gone, right, who's playing in this game then, if it's none of them? Because none of them have travelled, and the fact Antonio hasn't travelled as well is probably indicative of that as well. Nice ball by Coventry, just laying it around at the back. Lanzini finds Mubama. Nice first touch to Downs. Tries to play it out wide to Soufal. He manages it. FCSB player maybe could have got there, but doesn't go for it. Soufal back to Downs. Nice passing with Lanzini. linking up relatively well there. Playing it back cross to the left-hand side. We're back on the old horseshoe technique, out wide to the left-hand side. Skulls, I believe, is left-footed. He seems to be playing with his left foot. I've got no idea about him. I can't lie to you. Oh, awkward, bad pass from Flynn Downs. Ogbonna says one of the FCSB players for lunch. Nice little, very, very easy turn. Lanzini into Fornals. He's got Mubama just ahead of him. Looks for a shot. Mubama's position wasn't great. You could have found Sufal wide on that left-hand side, right-hand side, potentially. But yeah, Mubama couldn't quite find the right position there. The defending was good. And Fornals goes for the shot, deflects, and it's going to be a corner. That stadium is empty. Flipping heck. I'm just looking around. People say, our stadium's empty. Jesus Christ. I'm not sure, Ricky. I would say footy pass and everything like that if you haven't already. But again, use VPNs and ad block and antivirus and all that other stuff if you're going to try doing it. But yeah, whipped in from Fornals for the corner. Ooh, Aguerd again. We're very much aiming for Aguerd, Nathan Agard. We're very much late. We're aiming for Big Nath. Every time we go to try to cross the ball from the corner. And again, they play it short and instantaneously. Nice pressing from West Ham. Just finding good possessions, forcing them into awkward passes. They've dealt with it relatively well. Although they've had to be forced to go back again through heavy touches. And this, I'm saying this, 3 at the back allows us to press more. I know people don't like the idea of playing 3 at the back because it's perceived to be more defensive. But I think we're way more attacking with it. That's a good control from Flynn Downs. Finds Mubama. Couldn't quite manage it. Popescu does well there. Lays it short. Find a bit of space wide on this right-hand side. FCSB forced to go forward, but an incredibly heavy touch from Skulls. Fornals tried to just lay it off to him, didn't quite manage it. It's not the highest level game you're ever going to watch in your life, I'll tell you that much, I'll be honest with you. We've started better than we normally do, despite the changes, or maybe because of, I think that's a fair point. Also, it is, it's a dead rubber game, so there's a lot less pressure. Bit of miscommunication between Ogbonna and Areola there. I mean, Ogbonna does well to keep it calm and under control, but a little bit of miscommunication. Johnson with an awful clearance straight off the FCSB player, but thankfully they try something a little bit fancy. It fails, and it's going to be thrown into West Ham by our own corner flag. He is, but I would, to be fair, I don't think today was indicative of that. I would have been able to tell you that from the get-go. I don't. If you'd asked me last week, 2 weeks ago, who's going to play, I would have said Souček. Simply put, Cordaire's shot from range from FCSB goes well wide, not even close. The truth is, let's be honest about it, he's playing. Flynn Downs is not seen as an option right now. Dean, good to see you, my friend. Dean, who was it? Was it you? I don't remember. I was going to ask you something, Dean, but it's gone from my head. I promise I'll come back to that if my brain can kick in together. But I hope you're well, my friend. I hope you're well. I think the truth is that Moyes doesn't see Downs as an option there yet. I mean, again, we're seeing another game now where Downs is not even playing. Lanzini is playing in a double pivot where Downs is on the pitch. I mean, that should give you some idea of what's going on in this team right now. Downs is not seen as an option yet at defensive midfield, and in David Moyes' head, I suspect it's a very important position. I don't know what the hell happened there, but it's going to be an FCSB throw. David Moyes just arms in the air shouting. I'm equally confused. I think if you're being honest about it, I think David Moyes loves his DMs. I think it's very important to him, and Souček does what David Moyes asks him to do. We can find him frustrating for many different reasons, but he does exactly what he wants him to do. Defensively, he's very good, and he gives him options in the air, both defensively and offensively. So I don't see it anytime soon, especially when we're seeing another game for Flynn Downs, and we're seeing another game where he's not even close to playing as a DM. In a game where Lanzini is playing at DM, it's just not going to happen. It's just not going to happen, Yeah, it was something, but I don't remember what it was, Dean. I was going to ask you something, and I don't remember what it was. My brain's dead. Just in general, I hope you're well, bro. I hope you're well. How are you? Let's ask that instead. How are you, my friend? I hope you're good. Let's ask that question, because I can't think of any others. Sending me for a loop. I have no idea. It's going to be a free kick wide on the left-hand side for FCSB. very wide on the left-hand side. It's practically throwing sort of terror. It's almost corner quadrant, not quite. They are going to whip in the cross from it, though. It's not a bad cross, and Ogbonna does well to get his head to it, and then Pescu going for a spectacular goal. Nowhere even close to it. Nowhere even close to it. I like FCSB's kit. I will say that, the Knight with the thing, I quite like it. I don't mind the Knight kit. You know. He's not looking super strong right now. He sort of lost the form he had earlier in the season, which is a bit annoying. We'll see. Nice ball from Lanzini into Fornals. I mean, that's probably also why Lanzini's maybe playing a bit deeper, is just giving you that little bit more incisiveness from deep that the other players might not. That's a good ball from Lanzini, looking for Mubama. Close. A single touch there maybe could have seen Divin through there. Is that how you pronounce his name? Divin Mubama? Close. Maybe that's why Lanzini's playing a bit deeper. We saw it there from two opportunities where he picks up the ball in a slightly deeper position. You just get that incisive passing, which you might not see from a Scarles, from a Coventry, from a Downs. None of them. I haven't seen any of them. I mean, Scarles I've never even seen play, so this is the first time I've ever seen Scarles play, so I can't really say anything about it. I don't even know what footed he is. I'm assuming I footed. But maybe that's why. I haven't really seen Downs do any incisive passing. I haven't really seen Coventry do any incisive passing. So having a little bit deeper creativity, I'm not against it. Not against it. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. I love Europe, partially because I just like Europe, and also because it's on BT Sports, so I can actually watch it. I can actually watch it normally. It helps a lot. Can't lie. All Downs tried to turn there, wins a free kick. Free kick in the middle of the park. Long ball over the top. Downs gets the control, but just nothing deep from FCSB. Just a little bit of a heavy, a bit of rough and tumble in the centre. Free kick. We instantly pass backwards from. This feels like a game that could just comfortably be like a 2-0 win, but not like in any sort of incredible way. Just a really calm, comfortable win where at no point do we get under any sort of pressure. I mean, once again, that's a really nice pass from Lanzini from deep. Just laying it into the front line, just with accuracy and a bit of invention. Oh, nice idea from Soufal and Downs there. Can't quite make it work. Mubama gets a touch, can't quite get there. Nice idea from Soufal to open up and try and bend it down. Downs, who made a nice run. Johnson, better pass there. Into Downs, who has to go straight back to Johnson under some pressure. Then a little bit of pressure ends us seeing all the way go back to Areola. Morning from Australia. Good to see you, Michael. How many regulars they have missing from their starting 11? It's a few. They've definitely rotated. It's not as completely and utterly rotated as you would believe, but they have definitely rotated to some extent. But it's difficult to know when I'm not an FCSB fan. If there is anyone who has a deeper knowledge of FCSB in the chat, do let us know. I think it is sort of a relatively rotated team, but not completely by any stretch. Nicely played there. Nice 4 hours. It was a nice idea to try and get it out wide to Scarles, but can't quite make it work. I think that's harsh. I mean, Darren's also... So Dylan's saying, let's focus on Johnson and how he isn't good enough at Premier level regardless of position. Darren's saying, in my opinion, right back is a position we need. Johnson is technically weak. Soufal is average and Kerr is better at centre-half. I agree with this. I think the thing is with Johnson is I think... Arsenal have gone 1-0 up. I think the thing is with Johnson is I think there is something there. But I don't... I have to try and pick my words carefully because I've always been quite critical of Johnson. And, for example, Ray, who I don't think is in the chat. I saw him in the chat earlier, but I don't think he's in the chat now. Ray, my co-host on Two Spanners, One Hammer, the Patreon's exclusive podcast, which you can get by getting involved, by the way, patreon.com/have a chat, link in the description below. It's a show that you can come on, Two Spanners with me and Ray. I'd love to have you on. He thinks I hate it, which I don't. I just don't see there being a particularly high ceiling with Johnson. I think he's someone who, at his best, will be in a very, very competent, versatile defender. Yeah, sort of what Obsidian Cousin just said here. A great squad player and versatile, right? I see him sticking around at West Ham for a long time because he can play a lot of different positions and he does relatively well in all of them. And when he's playing well, for regulars. Joan, thank you very much. Great info. Did they sack their manager? I didn't even know about this. I'll flip it out. Okay, right. That puts a completely different bend on the. I think when he plays well, he's pretty flipping good. I liked a lot of what he was doing at right back when he was in good form. I've liked when he was in good form at centre back as well. Towards the beginning of the season, I thought he's done well, but he's not consistent enough over the course of a season, and he's not. I don't see him as becoming a great right back or anything. I think that was a huge play by Aguerd. He's looking for skulls. It was a nice idea. It's not quite worked out, but nice idea. It's gone straight out for a goal kick, but I appreciate him. We do, though, need a right back. I think Soufal, has flattered to sea for a long time. I think Kehrer, I'm not convinced at right back, although I swing back and forth on this. I do think he is better at centre back, and I would probably play him at right back for now because he is the best option, but I'm never convinced one way or the other. It's a bit flippy floppy in that sense. So I do think if you were to ask me what position I could buy first choice, if I could buy one sort of first choice player in the January transfer window, what would it be? It would be a right back, especially someone who's playing right wing back. Yeah, no, I get told I hate him. I get told I hate him. I don't think anyone else does. I do though, from Ray Borum specifically. But yeah, ball over the top for FCSB, cleared away by Aguerd. We win a throw in. Heavy touch from their centre back. We win a throw. This feels very pre-season-y. As a game of pace-wise, intensity-wise, it feels very pre-season-y. And you would suspect so. You would suspect so. Wide, Johnson on the right-hand side finds Soufal on the touchline. Back to Johnson, who's made a really nice run here. Ben Johnson does really well. Mbamba's in the centre, tries to find him. Good defending, to be fair. Good defending, to be fair. Downs gets a chest down, trying to stop it. Can't quite collect the ball. Big ball forward. FCSB lose out. It's going to be a throw in to us near the halfway line. It was a really nice run from Ben Johnson there. 1-2 with Soufal does well. Gets into a great position. And the cross in towards Mbamba was good, but it was just really nice defending. Last ditch sliding challenge just to get in the way of the cross and block it to go out. Really nice run though from Ben Johnson there. Again, that's sort of something you might expect from this game. With the sort of lack of intensity in it, you could see Ben Johnson or even Ogbonna, who's playing at left centre-back, maybe getting forward and getting into those sort of positions. You probably want it to be Ben Johnson more than you would Ogbonna, but then again, I don't think... I don't really know if Ogbonna's crossing's that much worse than Ben Johnson's, to be fair. Yeah, of course. Big time. Oh, Obama! Oh, close! Hit again, save from the goalkeeper. Oh, so close from Mubama. Ball get played in from Skulls down the left-hand side, and Mubama just in the centre of the park. It's good play from Lanzini out to Skulls. He puts in a really nice cross, and Mubama at full stretch just gets his foot onto it, and it's a good sort of just straight at the goalkeeper in the end. I mean, he's full stretch, Mubama. Actually, I give the goalkeeper more credit than I should, actually. It's a decent save. He goes down, he stops it with his feet, and then it comes back, and a secondary shot goes straight into the goalkeeper's hands. But incredibly close from Mubama. I do think right now we're looking pretty comfortable for it. I think sooner rather than later we're going to get a goal. Oh, so close. What a cross, by the way. Ollie Skulls, what a great cross that was. Beautiful stuff. You do often see that when you see a couple of youth players who've played together a lot come on the pitch, a little bit of that extra understanding between them, you know? Obviously, when a youth player comes on another bad pass from FCSB goes out to a West Ham throw, you see it when good quick throw. Oh, Downs can't get the control. It's going to be an FCSB throw now. When youth player first comes in, there's a little bit of understanding that they need to grow with a team and everything else. You're seeing it with Skamaka and Paqueta and Bowen. Their sort of understanding of each other grow and connections. You see it sometimes when youth players, when they both start at the same time, there's that little bit more about them because they sort of know. I was seething when Johnson got a first team number when he was back average, but also not signed a contract. Meanwhile, Rice captain still as number 1. Listen, I think maybe Rice wants to be number 41. You know, the romanticism of wearing that number, you know, having it be your number. I think there's something about it, you know. It wouldn't surprise me if when Rice left, he'd pick number 41 at another club. He'd probably not get it, but it wouldn't surprise me. I quite like it, you know. I know for me, you know, whenever I'm playing football games, I always like keeping the OG number. I think there's a nice romanticism about it. You know? You know? Just keep him in there as long as possible. That way he's not here. That's the goal here. Make him eat, you know, kangaroo penis or whatever else. Bugs. Just whatever bad things there are. Just keep him there. Just keep... What a situation that is, by the way. Just complete chaos. Good to see you, Todd. Hope you're doing well, my friend. How are you all doing? What happened to the fungus? Did you get a cat? Oh, right. Sorry. I was very confused for a second there, Todd. I wish I got a cat. If you look at my TikTok algorithm, it's just cats. It's great. No, it's just it got too much, and I showed it, and then I realised it's very cold, Todd. So I'm having a bad time. But what can you do? That's where you're at now, isn't it? Oh, Lanzini looking for that full boot to Obama, can't quite making it work. I think the difference between the two teams here, FCSB, when they get forward, their passing has been a bit wayward and our passing has been a bit wayward. But our passing has been wayward in the centre, and it feels like wayward's maybe a harsh way of wording it for us, but it's not hit the target. It feels like the second it hits the target, it's going to be a goal. We're that inch away from it. Their passing in the final area is not hitting the targets, but it's all over the shop and ending up in the wide positions out for a throw-ins, right? It's just not happening. It's just not happening for them. I thought he was there, but that's a banana. I thought he was next to me, but that's a banana. Oh, he's over there. Hang on. I don't know if you can see. He's there. Hang on. Wait. Let me just check. This colour's not going to go absolutely wild. Okay, it shouldn't. It should stay fine. Hang on. He's over here. Here he is. Here's the boy. Just seen that Obama chance again on the replay. My beautiful boy. He is here. I went over there. I thought he was there like he usually is, but there was a banana there, which shape-wise makes sense. You can see why I was confused, but... Yeah, let's go like that. Screw it. Let's go mad with the hair. I think this game is ours. I can't see it being anything. It's just not quite happened. I think it's better. I will say this, Robert. Sorry, I did not mean to call you. I didn't mean to be so presumptuous about it. But I think it is slightly better than usual. I think we've had a problem with passing, obviously, recently, like you say, and I think it's better than usual. It's just that final little bit. And to be fair, when you look at the people we have on the pitch and where they're playing, it sort of makes sense. It was a nice idea. It doesn't quite work out for West Ham. But I'd say it's better than usual. Fanta or Tango, orange. If you're speaking Fanta orange specifically, I'd go with a Tango orange. I would say this is the order for me. In terms of Tango and Fanta, this is the order. Tango apple, Fanta fruit twist, Tango orange, Fanta orange, any of the other versions. Yeah. Yes, Dylan, yes. Aguerd does really well there. Under some pressure, let's move the hair back. Under some pressure, nice little Cruyff turn, just gets it away. No stress. I'm called Rob. Okay, cool. I didn't want to presume. I apologize. I didn't want to just jump straight to Rob as if I could be that guy. Popescu doing well down the left-hand side, just pulling away. Sufal. Oh, no, it was Flynn Downs. Really good defensive work from Flynn Downs. Soufal nowhere near to be found. And then he drives forward with it. Good work, Flynn Downs. I'll tell you what, fair play. Mubama lays it off to him a little bit awkwardly, but West Ham maintain possession of the ball. Soufal, the furthest and most central player, you'd be pleased to know, loses out on it. Flynn Downs does really well there. I assumed it was... So Octavian Popescu is coming down the left-hand side. He looks like he has all the pace, and he does on Johnson. And then all of a sudden, this player comes herring in down the right-hand side to stop him going forward. And I just assumed it was... I just assumed that it would have been... Soufal, given the position. But no, Flynn Downs come flying back and... had managed to stop it going forward. Then gets the nice play going forward. He does step on Popescu, it looks like, in the on the way there. He does step on Popescu, and it's not good. The manager reminds me of someone. We've seen a close-up of the FCSB manager there. He reminds me of someone. I can't figure out who. Never had a raspberry Fanta. Never had a raspberry Fanta. Someone gonna have to look into it. Joan, apple juice is good, man. And apple Fanta. Oh, wait, no, Fanta lemon is good. No, I'd still put it beneath Fanta fruit twist. I strongly agree. I would still put Fanta lemon down, but I would drink it. I would drink it happily. I do like a lemonade though. I've never had a Monster energy drink. I've never had a Monster drink in general. Maybe a shocking statement to make, but it's true. Never had one. Never had one. I think there's an opportunity. I mean, we were saying about Paqueta being back. So if Paqueta is back, then I would suspect you see Paqueta as opposed to Downs. But I think there's an opportunity if Paqueta isn't back where Downs could get another game. He's the one. But I'm not convinced, because if Paqueta's back, then he definitely won't. I'd be interested to see fully who drops down, but that's interesting. Lazio are a decent side. Sheriff, last season were very good in the Champions League. This season look a shadow of their former selves in that sense. In Europe anyway, I don't really know what's going on with them in terms of their form entirely. I've not really looked too deep into it. Yeah. You've been tangoed. Yeah, I mean, I still think about it. This is the tango kit. This is the You've Been Tangoed goal kit. Do you know, football kit, right? That we're playing today. Yes. Congratulations. Welcome to the game. Welcome to the game, Dean. It's been what it is. It's been what it is. Great fan. I've never had that either. Never had a great Fanta either. Skulls loses out to that. Throwing quickly on the halfway line from FCSB backwards. Very pre-season-y tempo here. This is good info. This is good intel, Nicola. Burger King, Shepherd's Bush, Westfield do every flavour of most drinks. Oh, it's a yellow card for Nathan Agard. Picks up his first ever yellow card for West Ham with an elbow on the FCSB player. I don't think it was too bad. He needs to get the replay here. Yeah, the player's bought that. I'm not gonna lie about it. He just clambers over him. And don't get me wrong, there's definitely contact with the face, but it's like he's sort of like here as like Agard's hand comes up. As his hand comes over. This is the defender, and I am Nathan Agard, okay? His hand, he sort of clambers over him like this to sort of get ahead of him, and his arm's sort of like here, and it sort of strokes him a bit, and he goes down. Now, I'm not going to lie, I think he's bought that one a little bit, and a yellow card is maybe a bit harsh, but there we go. What can you do? Danny, thank you. Stu! Thank you very much. I'll be taking that, Stuart. Thank you very much, sir. I hope you will. If you haven't subscribed to the Table Team Ready, make sure you do. It's good attack down the left-hand side for West Ham. 4 nows. That looked like a foul, and the referee says no. I'm not sure how that one wasn't a foul, but the Agard one was a yellow. I'm not entirely certain with that, but I don't know how that's happened. I can't lie to you. But still, it was a good attack down the left-hand side. Stuart, thank you very much. If you haven't already subscribed to the Table Team, make sure you do. Good lad, doing big things. And again, I say this every time. I love the extra time show on Fridays. I'm looking forward to it tomorrow. You know. Yeah, I'll back that. I can back that. San Pellegrino, listen. Listen. Okay. In my accountancy days, there was a lot of San Pellegrino going on. In the I don't know if they still have the building there, but in the AAT building, in London Bridge, where I used to have to go and do the exams and classes and all that, the canteen, the bottom had San Pellegrino in it, and I'll tell you what, that was a lot of San Pellegrino being consumed by your boy. Enter Tyler 89. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's gone. It's gone. I don't like it, mate. I don't like it. It's there. I think he's played all right. I think he's played okay. You know, I think it's a game where no one has like looked unbelievable. He's put in a really good cross to Mubama earlier. I think he's done well getting forward. I think we've just been a little bit. Oh, that's a nice ball into the path of Downs. Oh, Flynn Downs unbelievably close to getting his first goal. It's a really good save. I'll tell you what, without their goalkeeper, they would be in a lot more trouble than they are right now. But the ball in there, whipped in from Lanzini, and Downs just comes in, just gets a touch onto it. It was Fornals with a beautiful ball in, not Lanzini. And I tell you what, Downs does well. He just wants to just try and like touch that on once towards goal, on target, and it's a good stop. I think he's been playing well. Charlie, I think he's been playing well. The cross earlier on to Mubama, which almost ended up in a goal, was beautiful. I'm enjoying it. Going forward, we've been a little bit dysfunctional. I think we're the better team. We're sort of knocking on the door, but not quite getting there. However, I've enjoyed the way he's played. Coventry trying to just pull the ball back across the box, can't quite manage it from the right hand side. Good pressure from him, and Flynn Downs almost wins the ball back. Big punt away, does well there from FCSB, and then he battles for it. Somehow that one wasn't a foul, says the referee, which I agree with, but just given the last one, I'm thinking everything's a foul now. I think they have a chance, Robert. I certainly think they have a chance. Realistically, the longer this goes on 0-0, the more of a chance they've got. I think we're better. I think we've certainly been a better team. I think we've been a much more dangerous team. I think we've put in a lot more effort. Not more effort, but I think we're certainly been a lot more threatening. All of the chances have been ours. All the significant chances have been ours. But, all it takes is one goal. And if we don't get the goal, then all it takes is a single goal and they get the win, you know? Oof. I've been trying to figure out what I'm going to have for dinner, but Dean, you might be onto something there. You might be onto something. I could do some ribs. I haven't had ribs in ages. You know? Do you know what, Kaiser? I could deal with it. Again, apple and blackcurrant, I haven't had in a while, but if you're telling me it's decent, I might have to get myself over to Lidl, you know? There's one I could get there. It's further away than the other places, but if there's a decent apple and blackcurrant, I could vibe an apple and blackcurrant right now, you know? I don't know. I don't know who the commentators are. Well, I recognise the voices, but I don't know who they are. Unless you're talking about me, in which case I could start stroking the mic and stuff, but I don't think anyone wants that. Interesting, nice. I remember playing against a kid in secondary school who's in the Arsenal Academy. There was a few around, but I remember one being in the Arsenal Academy, and he was just stupidly good. We had one who was in the Tottenham Academy, and the tactics were pass the ball to him. It was insane. The difference in levels at that age is quite significant when you see a really, really good player. Defending relatively well, just knocking the ball about. Mubama dropping really deep to get involved with it. We'll take that. Exactly that, Dylan. Exactly that. I'm getting a Paul. I'm getting a bikini. I'm getting a pickle Rick blow up doll. It's gonna be great. Played out wide to Skulls now in a good position. He's getting nice and high up the pitch. He's doing the wing back position relatively well. Fornals, nice spread across to Soufal. Cross into Downs. Touch close. Oh, good defending. Good defending again. Wasn't quite there, but I think he just said Buena was the one who stopped it. It's good defending in the end, just bullying Downs off it. The first time touch, Soufal got into a great position, to be fair. The ball comes across from Fornals, and Soufal just first time touch in the box, down to Downs, almost makes it happen. I can't lie to you. I have been kind of desperate to do a hot tub stream in like a stupid way. Like just get a kiddie's pool and just put my fucking chair in it. Just sit in the chair like normal, but have like a camera at my feet so you can see that I'm in a thing and just be completely normal. But you know, I haven't got any baby bells still. This is a problem. I've still not got any. I did go shops yesterday and just completely forgot to buy any. Like it just left my brain. And then when I went to start setting up for the show today, I woke up a bit late and I started going, crap, I need to get baby. I haven't got any baby bells. And I thought about running to the shops, but I just didn't have the time. It's a pain in the ass. I just don't have any. It's a shame. It's a disgrace is what it is. It's more than a shame. It's a disgrace. I'm really enjoying this game, Logan. I'm really enjoying this game. Can't lie to you. Good to see you, by the way, bro. Oh, big ball over the top. Fornals is there. Hits it first time. Fornals. Oh, 1-0 West Ham and Pablo Fornals with the finish. I tell you what. Don't tempt me. I tell you what. We say a lot about Pablo Fornals being unable to kick the ball into the net most of the time, but that is a really nice finish. FCSB 0, West Ham United 1, and that is a beautiful, beautiful finish from Pablo Fornals. It felt like we were on the verge of scoring. Like I say, it's very much the intensity of this game is very. Oh, look at that, no VAR, so it doesn't make a difference, even though I think he's offside. It's a really nice finish. Big ball over the top from Ben Johnson, just huge raking ball from the back all the way through to Pablo Fornals, and as the defender gets there, he hits it first time with his left foot. He lets it drop across him, just piled. Oh, beautiful finish. I tell you what, no VAR is a beautiful thing, isn't it? Because that looked to me like it was 1000% offside, but an absolutely beautiful ball and an absolutely beautiful finish. We've criticised a lot of Ben Johnson's technical ability today, and we've criticised a lot of Pablo Fornals for not being able to kick the ball into the net often. Very, very good. Offsides went over here, 100% NH. 100%. 100%. Oh, great ball, great goal. Oh, we're on it again here. Pablo Fornals trying to find a bit of space. They've scrambled to defend well. Scarles arrives late, tries to play it in. Lanzini can't quite get this. He fouled a touch. Like I said, I felt like it was going to be sooner rather than later we score. It just felt like one of those things where there wasn't much. There's not been much intensity to it, but we felt like significantly the better team and sort of knocking on the door. And it was just that final pass that was missing. And amazingly, it comes from an unbelievable long ball. Like a huge long ball from the back, and a great pinpoint pass from Ben Johnson. It was beautiful stuff. So there we go. All laid short. Whipped across the box, saved by Areola. We could be the first ever team to get 6 out of 6 wins in the Europa Conference League group. Of course, it's only been two years, but it could be the first that it ever happens. So it'd be interesting to see if we can manage it. This game feels a lot more comfortable than the final group game of the Europa League last year, where we didn't quite manage it. It feels a lot more comfortable than that. I would like Roma. It would go badly for us. I think we'd probably get knocked out, but I just like Roma, so I wouldn't mind seeing Roma. Roma West Ham in a competitive match. I'll be taking that. Is anyone... Amma saying the same thing. Hey, mate, is anyone... does anyone know if there's any other teams playing tonight that has the opportunity of doing that as well? I'm not sure. I haven't looked into it. I'm not sure. Love about Fornicador. Listen, the Fornicator came in close. He came close a couple of times, and there's been a couple of wild swings from him this season, but that was a beautiful finish. Sufal wins a corner, pushing down the right-hand side. We taking it. The Scoobs, I don't know if there is one, but if there is one, I would recommend having a little gander in the Discord. I don't know if there is one in there. I haven't had time to look myself. Maybe in chat. Let them know. No, we're the only ones. Beautiful stuff. We'll be taking that. I agree, Leon. I think this is ours. Oh, it's a really nice finish from Pablo Fornals, by the way. First time, left foot, weak foot, across the goalkeeper, right into the bottom corner. Corner goes straight into the hands of the goalkeeper in the end. fair. Then I would. If anyone has as a site, they can say. Don't put in the link. Just say the name of the site. And this for the Scoobs if they're finding a good one. And I would say Scoobs, obviously VPNs, ad block, antivirus stuff. Use that for obvious reasons. But yeah, use that. Oh, nice play into Bubama, who controls it well first time with his chest. Just can't quite get the ball out of it. Gonna be a corner. It was a nice first time control with the chest, and he just couldn't quite get the ball out of his feet and control it away from the FCSB players enough to really create something. Again, it's a thankless task for Mbama today. He's in a difficult position. He's playing up front. And the players around him. He's got Flynn Downs on one side, Pablo Fornals on the other, and then deeper than that, you've got Lanzini, you've got Coventry, you've got Scarles, you've got Sofal. There is a certain lack of creativity in the team, and actually, to be fair, we're doing relatively well in terms of that kind of stuff. But it is very much a thankless task and a difficult one for him today. And there's no other strikers on the bench. Fornals lobs it in. Oh, Agard gets ahead to it. Big claim for handball or something in the build-up. It doesn't quite work out. Fornals gets the control down. Lays it short to Sofal nicely. First time crossed into the box towards Downs. Ogwana was there as well. Neither of them get it. Lanzini shot from range. He looked for a dipper. Didn't quite make it work. Didn't quite make it work there, but it was close. Close. It was played in from Fornals from the cross, and Gerd gets ahead to it. It wasn't for a handball. It was very, very, very close to going over the line, but doesn't quite manage it. Really nice header. Deflects off one of their defenders, and then I'm not quite sure which one that is. Which one there? It's number 28, whoever that is, with a good goal line clearance. 1 minute of stoppage time left on the clock. It's 1 minute plus. Oh, that's a nice play from him. Ball inside. That's really nice. Great opportunity for FCSB. Hits it, and that is an awful. He tries to take it quickly. The ball drops down to him. It was a really nice play from FCSB. It just opened up. Nice run in behind and an outside the boot path from Popescu into the path of their forward. I'm not sure which one it was, what his name was. I think it was Ejuma. It just drops to him, and he just snaps at it a bit quickly, trying to get there before the pressure of the centre-backs. And it's sliced well and truly wide. It's going to be a goal kick. 5 seconds left off the first half. I suspect the whistle will go momentarily, and I will be taking that. I can't lie to you. I'll be taking that. Ariola to take the goal kick. Takes nice and long to do it. Big boot. There is the halftime whistle. Halftime here. It is FCSB 0, West Ham United 1. And honestly, I'm happy with that. It's a slow game. It's not one that people will be thinking about for years to come by any stretch of the imagination. It's not some sort of screamer banger. The intensity is very much pre-season vibe. Barely anyone in the stadium. Well, I say barely anyone. The stadium's probably about a third full. The teams and the players aren't screaming for it. They're not running. They're not going wild. But realistically, I'm fine with that. I think we've been a bit better than I suspected we would be in terms of creativity. Not incredible by any stretch of the imagination. Not some sort of Barcelona tiki-taka Pep prime creativity, but it felt like we were always just that little bit off. That just centimetre off, that just little inch across, and it was going to happen sooner rather than later. When it didn't come from the way I thought it was. It was just a huge punt from Ben Johnson at the back. Really nice long ball, really good accuracy, just pinpoint into the path of Fornals, who first time hits it with his left foot. And I'm fine with that. I'm happy with it overall. But Gio Mackie, how are you feeling?
Yeah, I'm good, mate. I've enjoyed watching that, actually. But it helps that there's like no pressure and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm happy.
Yeah, like the intensity's been non-existent, but it felt like it felt like both teams were struggling with passes in and around the area, but theirs were going off for throw-ins and this, there, and the other. Ours were always just a little bit, a centimetre more, an inch more, and it was always in the centre, and it was always just that slight bit going. And when it did come, I mean, A, what a ball from Johnson, and B, mate, I don't know if he meant it to be as incredible as he did, but what a ball. And I'm, at this point, screw it, I'm willing to give him a thing. No VAR, so we don't have to talk about the fact it was definitely offside. And then Pablo Fornals with a beautiful finish. I didn't know he had it in him.
I don't think he knew he had it in him either, to be honest with you. Do you know what? Do you know what's the most impressive? Well, it's not the finishes, but the second most impressive thing about that was the defender closing in on him was like a foot taller than him. It's like a significant physical difference between the two as well. But yeah, a really good pass from Johnson. And it's composed by Fornals, actually. You can see him constantly looking around him, working how much time, how much space he's got. And the answer is not much, but he backs himself to get his foot on it. And the technique is superb. He could try that another 5 times this game and miss a target in all 5 of them. But credit to him, it's a fantastic finish. But yeah, I've enjoyed watching that game. There's no pressure tonight. And there's some players, I think, playing really well. There's some playing bang average at best, but that's expected. We've won the group. They're never going to go out there and play 100% as much as you wanted to do. And to be honest with you, I think it's probably had a little bit more tempo than I expected. I thought it would be a bit more slower than this, actually. So is it intense? Not really, but it's a bit better than I was thinking it was going to be.
Fair. Before I run off, one important question. Replied?
No.
Disgraceful. Well, good for him, but at the same time, disgraceful. Disgraceful. All right, I'll see you in a minute.
Cheers. Right, let's see what you're all saying in the live chat. Darren says, the only good thing Johnson has done is the through ball for Fornals. Apart from that, it's been gash. Scars has been decent. Downs has had a blinder. LeBon TV, though, says Johnson's played well for anyone questioning him. Shameful. And Paul says, brilliant finish by Fornals. Well deserved. But Scars look so good, bit like Longello last season. Downs and Coventry have been decent. David says both Lazio and Roma currently dropping down. Oh, I wonder who Pablo would support if it was West Ham v Lazio. We own it. Or Paulo, sorry. I don't know why it would be Pablo. Why would Fornals have to decide? It does make. I just assume. Gary says Downs is playing well. Scars class under 16. It's so easy to watch. Sana says Sufal has been average. Aaron says, can we talk about how good Downs has been? He's been fantastic, hasn't he? Really good performance from him. Games like this, I always look forward to seeing which players step up and stand out, really, because there's always 1 or 2 that do. And Downs is that player for me in the first half. He looks like the senior established player. Is he that? No, I'd say there's more sort of established players than him playing for us tonight. But Downs is making it look easy out there defensively and was close to scoring. I hope he does get a goal, actually. Dylan says the only thing Johnson's done is make a goal. Araki says Downs will score this season. A good calm game to watch. Nick says passing's been good for the whole team. LeBron TV says you cannot appreciate the passing and control we've demonstrated, then you are the problem. I assume he's talking to somebody in the live chat. I haven't said anything about that. Bet365 Finn says hasn't given Lanzini his shots in the bet builder. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm gonna have a little look at that actually, because he's definitely had a shot. It wasn't on target, but he's definitely had a shot. And if it's still there, if you're still able to back Lanzini, sometimes they're taking it away. Sometimes doing play. I was just a little lump on that. Oh well, you'll get sorted. Don't worry about it, Finn. It's fine. Anyway, Johnny says, love Flynn Downs. He always reminds me of a new Declan Rice. Bit more development, and this boy could be top class. Ralph thinks he's been awesome. Leon thinks the young players have been doing well. The future is bright. Evo says, why are we playing 2 right backs? Well, Johnson's right centre back and Sufar's right wing back. So yeah, we are playing 2 right backs. We neither of them are playing right back. RC says, what a finish by Fornals with VAR. It's offside though, but what a finish. Will says, Scars looks awesome. Is he 16? He is 16 years old. Gary says, we will play whoever, don't care. In Europa, we beat Lyon, Sevilla, and then lost a team that on paper was not as good as them two. I mean, he's not wrong, is he? Dylan says, Downs becomes a number 10. Do we think Ashby will play another game for West Ham? I think he'll play tonight. I think Ashby will come off the bench tonight. Talis Downs showing us why he deserves to stay in the team this weekend. Paul thinks Johnson is awful and not Premier League standard. This game has highlighted how overrated he is. Derek said Aguero is untested at the back, but looks really confident and assured. Some nice passes out the back from him. Tony, what do I have on my baked potato? Oh, beans and cheese. Definitely. It's the only thing I can have. Beans and cheese on my baked potato. It was a 9 out of 10. It's the first one we've had. That was made in the air fryer, and I can confirm it was a really good success. He wants to fight. He maybe does. Probably a few people it does. Stephen says Scarlett's giving us a left wing back option. Okay, let's calm it down, Stephen. Yeah, he's done well. It's been impressive, but let's just expectations. Bring them all down a little bit. I'll be surprised if we see him again this season. Hockwell, sorry, we'll probably agree with you though, Stephen, which is he looks very promising. And I do think he looks very promising. I do. Val says that Johnson's poor. He's enjoying watching the game though. Well, Johnny says he's generally very happy with how the team are playing. Look comfortable, passing looks brilliant. Love a good long ball, even if they don't always land. I agree with him. Then you just said there, my friend. Dean says we played well, decent game from everyone. 1-0 at half time. He shall take it. Robert says Johnson got left behind at least twice. Really poor defending. Also missed a clearance. Great pass to Fornals. I know one of the ones you're talking about when he got done. It was really early on in the game, wasn't it? And it was such a simple turn by the attacker, and there was a massive gap there between Ogbonna and Soufal, just ran straight into it. It was probably about a good 20 yards he was able to keep running into it. I can recall one of the ones where he just misread the attacker really wrong. But I don't think he's been bad per se. I think, like I said, I think there's a lot of players playing okay. And I think there's a few players playing well. And I think there's one or two playing really well. I think there's a big difference in some of the performances, though. But it's a hard game to sort of measure it on, because how good are they? We don't actually know, do we? We can judge them by what we're seeing, but is that their first team? It doesn't look like it. Going by who's been playing recently for them in the league, whatnot and stuff. So it's a hard game to get a barometer on. But like I said, I think most players are playing okay. Some well, and one or two really well. Right, let's see what you are all saying. Dylan said Mubama will definitely get a goal if he stays on for the 90. I hope he does. I think he's putting himself about really well. I've been quite impressed by Mubama. The chance he missed, yes, he should be scoring it. If that was Antonio or Scamacca, I'd sit here and whinge, but it's not. It's a young lad. I'm going to give him a pass on that one. He does well. He reads the play well. His pressing is really, really good. I've been really impressed by Mubama off ball. I remember in pre-season he did it in the friendlies. He was really good at pressing from the front, and it's hard. It's even harder in the friendlies to call it because it's, he's trying to impress. And again, tonight he's probably playing with a bit more energy than what Antonio or Scamacca would, given the circumstances. But I think he's looked really, really bright, Mubama. I've been really happy with what I've seen from him. If he had scored that goal, it would be the perfect half from him. And I hope he does get 90, because we don't have a striker on the bench. So any substitution will mean that we don't have a natural striker on the pitch. We're not going to learn anything from giving him 50 minutes an hour. Let's give him the 90 minutes. There's other players that we can take off. And I hope he gets the whole 90 minutes. I hope he gets a goal as well, Dylan. I also agree with you, by the way. I think he might get a goal. Chippy says, good finish from Fornals. Nice to see him playing an attacking role rather than the holding winger role. Let's see what you are all saying. Well, would have loved it if Mubama has scored from the brilliant Scars across. Barry says, Downs is good, but wish he'd turn and run with the ball instead of passing it straight back to our player in defence. Just what he's going to do. He's always that sort of neat and tidy player. I think he's been quite progressive tonight, actually. Barry, I think Finn Downs has been quite good, actually, trying to get the ball, move it forward, but the ball's going out wide. He's trying to get in the box. Fornals found him really well. And he's unlucky with that opportunity he got. what happened is what he meant to do. He was meaning to flick it into that far corner. It's just good goalkeeping. On another day, maybe he should side foot it and go front post, but I think he's just unlucky with it. And I hope he's another player that gets more minutes. But saying that, I think Moyes will be keen to get Downs and Fornals. I think them two will be the two players Moyes is keen to get off the pitch ASAP so that they're ready for Sunday. Because even if they're just on the bench, they're probably going to come on off the bench, aren't they? So there we go. Let's see what you're all saying. Lanzini didn't get booked, Johnny. Aguerd got booked. That's what ruined the bet. But Lanzini never got yellow carded. Trust me, I know. When Lanzini did that foul, I thought, nice one. The referee didn't book him, which was crazy. It was the most obvious yellow card I've seen for a long time. Robert Lee says Scars has a nice left foot, good size, really young, and a long way to go.
I really liked his cross for the Mabama chance. I thought that was a really nice cross.
He's been very composed, I think. Very, very composed. I've been, pleased from what I've seen from him, actually. He's not hiding. He's happy to get the ball when he gets it. He's not panicking. Also, I know it's a bit silly, but one thing I quite liked is that we got a corner just before the end of the second last one, not the Aguerd header, because Fornals took that, the one before that. And Fornals said to Scarles, you can see Fornals just saying to Scarles, you go take this. And Scarles did take it, came in, keeper caught it. Not one player waved their arms at Scarles or anything like that, as if say, it wasn't the best corner in the world. It was lofted, it was high, it was easy for the keeper to come catch. But all the players just went right back into position. We get into our defensive shape. There's not one person trying to. And if it was Cresswell, I'd almost expect one or two, like Aguerd or Bonus, like, Aaron, what the hell is that? Because you expect that from Cresswell. You expect better. Yeah. But I think they just took into consideration with Scarles, not the best corner in the world. Don't worry about it. Let's just get back into shape kind of thing. And it's nice, actually. I've been quite impressed by us tonight for various different things.
Yeah. Yeah, I've enjoyed it. Gee, I will say this very quickly. I completely forgot to stop the poll, so I've just stopped it. So out of the 1.1 thousand people who voted, people they're fine with the formation. They're fine with this lineup. So
Johnny's been here for a long time because there's more likes than that. So Johnny has not refreshed his stream since there were 78 likes. So he's been here from the very start of the video and stuck with you. So Johnny, thank you very much for the super chat for the 179, and B, we're encouraging people to like the video and see if they're sticking around because we've got more likes than that. I don't know how much. Charlie will tell you. But it's just because you haven't refreshed the. Arthur's got 44. He was here for even longer.
There you go. Who's
got the lowest likes?
Who's got the lowest amount of likes? That's a good question.
Well, Lincoln's got 267, so they must have joined just before half time or something.
We have 339 now,
14
so we can tell sort of where. Bronson. That's going to be
and Nick's got 14, which could be when the stream starts because we always have a few before we even get going. So
that's an excellent shout.
Major's on 7. He's always here early doors.
Sharky's on -1, so we're talking big plays there. Gio, as the substitutes for FCSB come out, what's your final opinions before the half gets underway?
I will say, I want to see Mubama get the 90 minutes. Scarles too would be nice. Fornals and Downs to be the first two players subbed off as a prediction because I think they're most likely to be needed on Sunday. So I think Moyes will be keen to get them off the pitch. I'm okay with that. Let's get Sawyer on. I'd like to see Sawyer come on. I'd like to see Ashby on for. Do you know something? I'm not sure if it's Ben Johnson or Soufal. Do you know, so actually, maybe take Aguerd off on the 70th minute and just move Soufal into the back three. And I know it wouldn't be the best back three in the world of having Ogbonna, Johnson and Soufal in there, but it gets Ashby right wing, gets Aguerd off with 20 minutes to spare or something. But leave Mubama on for 90 minutes. I want to see Mubama go. Leave him on the pitch. Don't take him off.
Yeah, I suspect we will see him for the entire time, but I would take that. Gio, kickoff has happened, so thank you very much.
Cheers.
We'll see you at full time. If you want to hear more from Gio and someone actually knows what they're talking about, I would highly recommend you stick around till full time because Gio will be live with his match review. Until then, you have me. We're back underway in Bucharest for FCSB versus West Ham United. It's 1-0 to West Ham. No changes for West Ham at the half. FCSB did make a couple. Don't know what they were. Wasn't really concentrating too much, so we'll find that out as we go. But thank you everyone for likes. Like I said, we have hit the 300 figure. We're at 365 right now. So I'll tell you what. We're playing with house money again, ladies and gentlemen. We've hit the 300 figure. Let's just see where we can get to. It's a dead rubber game, but can we go flying? Can we hit the 400? Can we go further than that? We'll find out. We'll find out. Sorry, I was just refreshing the poll. I'm going to get more involved with polls, I think, you know. I'm going to get more involved with polls. You know, for all kinds of reasons. Good reasons, bad reasons. Right now, that was a good one still. Thank you, Michael. It's very kind of you. Appreciate it. How are you, by the way? I hope you're well. Hope you're well. Hope things are all going well in the entertainment business. If you guys haven't looked at Michael's channel, by the way, and heard the pipes that guy's got, mate, you're missing out. You're missing out. It's a bit mad, Pete. It's a bit mad. I don't super like it, but still. Why no draw option? Do you know what? Great point. All right, we'll reload it. We're going to reload it. 52 people voted in that time. 96% said West Ham, but we'll reload it and give a draw option. I think that's a great point. I think that's an excellent point. You know, I didn't even consider that. I didn't even consider that as an option. FCSB draw West Ham. There we go. We reloaded it. That's a fantastic point. That was disgraceful for me. There we go. We've reloaded it. Listen, I know a lot about polls. That's all I'll say. You know? We speak about Amaranth earlier. Listen, there's a lot of things going on Twitch, you see. If they do, they do it. It's the chat's decision, not mine. Not mine, you know? I could get involved, Gads. I could get involved. I was going to start singing Close to Me, but my God. I've been waiting hours for this. I don't have the rage for it. I felt myself so sick. I wish I could be this close to me. I could do the whole thing. That's an a cappella version. I don't need to do the synth. I don't need to do synth. Why no match of band adoption? Arthur, that's a great point. If I wasn't asking too much of the system already, I would do it again. Love cat. Oh, let's just talk about the Cure for the next 45 minutes. I mean, FCSB are attacking down the left-hand side, trying to work their way forward. They're being met by Connor Commentary, who does good defending there, good pressure. Ben Johnson collects a sort of rough pass afterwards. But we could just talk about the Cure. I'm fine with that. I'll take a bit of Robert Smith. That's the name of the lead singer, isn't it? Robert Smith. Does anyone remember? Does anyone remember the band The Hoosiers from 2008-ish? Because my mum always used to say, when The Hoosiers came around, she was always like, he's the lead singer. I can't remember his name. Just like, he's just a rip off of the Cure. That was her big thing about The Hoosiers. That was her main opinion. Enter Ty, thank you very much for the 179. At least it's not a government fixed poll. Listen, we're down the line here, okay? We're nothing but honest here, all right? All Fornals pulls it back nicely. Oh, Mabama does well to force that one back. Skulls hits it, deflects. Ooh, these Skulls have almost a great opportunity there. Goodbye, Mr. A. Yes. Now we're talking. I'll be honest, they're pretty great. Like, they all shot from range from Lanzini over. They're pretty great. They have a great sense of humor about themselves, and they don't seem to be like they're didn't they release an album recently? They released their greatest hits album, called it Greatest Hit. Like, I think they're very self-aware. I like them a lot as people. And I like a lot of their music, so, you know. Shout out to the Hoosiers. And they say the future's out to get you. I know that I won't let you fall. I haven't heard much. Need to get involved, chat. Anyone got any good music suggestions? Lob them in the chat. I'll be taking those right now. I'm very intrigued. West Ham with the ball in a very advanced position, sort of just passing it around. Ogbonna with a heavy touch wins a free kick. This is a very specific thing to say, but the referee's whistle there gave me very big Pro Evolution Soccer 2 vibes. I don't know what it was about it, but it just happened. First of all, very strongly correct, Breezy. I respect it. It does very much sound like that. Secondly, a man who would definitely have a good music suggestion. What are we saying? I'm taking music suggestions from chat. You know, I'm in a moment right now, Breezy, where I'm just thinking about music. Beautiful time happening on the pitch, but I just want music suggestion. Give me a good band suggestion. But it's 1000% a Harry Potter character. You're not wrong, bro. You're not wrong. If you don't already follow Breezy on Twitch, and obviously subscribe to his YouTube channel, best football manager streamer in the game. As I said, the order: Breezy, Benji, all balling from FCSB straight to the hands of Ariola. We'll take that. Breezy, Benji, everyone else. Zealand, never heard of him. Not interested. Oh, I've never even heard of that. My friend, I'm lobbing it in the playlist. That is an excellent suggestion. Never even heard of him. Giant bat on the pitch option. Oh, Mubama, good run down the right-hand side. He's very, very wide. He's going to have to try and create for someone else, but there's a lot of space. Everyone's sort of slowly getting back across. Cross with a weak foot wasn't great. There were maybe better options. A bit disappointing there. Giant bat on the pitch. I like that idea. Enter, I need to put your other chat in the thing. Is this gonna work? I don't know if this will work. Has it worked, or have I ruined everything? I think I've ruined everything. Oh, I've ruined everything. We'll get there. Hang on. I'll figure it out. I'll figure out what buttons I'm meant to be pressing. I did this literally yesterday. Why have I already forgotten how to do this? Give me a second. We'll get there. West Ham are playing the ball around at the back, off to the to the left hand side for Harry Potter's best mate, Ollie Skulls. That's what we want. Oh, it's all broke. I'll fix it in a minute, but for now, Entertise the guy. Thank you very much, Edgar Allan Bro. An incredible name. Do you remember Circus Survival Cartel from early 2000? I do not, which is a shame, because I was going through yesterday, early 2000s band, and I could remember most of it. So the fact I don't remember it's a great shout. But thank you very much for the $9.99. It's very kind of you into the full-time fund. I'll be lobbing that in a second. Judas Priest, of course. Judas Woodland. You know me too well, Benny. The new Pete and Baz joint, by the way. New Pete and Baz song. Ball. Big boy tune. All wide left to Ollie Skulls. Puts it in. Oh, it's a really nice cross again. And Mubama not quite there. I'll tell you what, I've really liked his crossing today, Skulls. He's putting it into really nice positions. Okay, I do know. Rory Gallagher. Is there another Gallagher that I didn't know about? Dean Marsh's Mixcloud, obviously up there with the very best. Isolation Mix coming in. When's the next Isolation dropping, Dean? We need to know. Come on now. If you haven't been getting involved, ladies and gentlemen, I don't know what you're doing. Come on now. There's something about Skulls. It sounds a bit like Snarls, I think. I think that's what it is. It just sounds a bit like... a bit vicious, you know? A bit vicious. Oh, nice interception there from Coventry. Couldn't quite come to anything. And a second one from Sue Fowler. Again, they just can't get the passing forward. Lanzini does well. Finds Flynn Downs. He's got Sue Fowler on a sort of a leisurely overlap. Flynn Downs charges into the position. Finds him. Oh, that's a really nice ball. Mubama. Header. Deflects. Yes, he's done it. He's done it. Ladies and gentlemen, David Mubama gets his first goal for a senior team. Screaming. He celebrated like he fully meant it. Mubama gets the goal. Let's go. It's West Ham United 2. FCSB 1. And he gets the goal. We'll be taking that, ladies and gentlemen. Was it deflected? Yes. Does it matter? No. No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. I worry it's going down as their own goal as well. It did go a little bit wide there, and I think it deflects back, but I don't care. I'm going to say it's a Devon Mubama header goal regardless. Whipped into the box. He nods it back across goal. It's nicely done. Nice diving header. Good ball from Soufal. Yeah, it's 1,000% going down as an own goal. That was nowhere near on target, the original, but I do not care. Don't care. It's a Mubama goal. Not fast. I don't care if it's going down as an own goal. It 1,000% was an own goal. Not fast. That is a Mubama goal, and you can't convince me otherwise. Devin Mubama gets the goal, and he's celebrated like it's his. Let's go. Let's go. 2-0. 2-0. I'm hyped. I'm hyped for the guy. I need to try and fix the donation thing, but I'm hyped for the guy. What goal indeed. What goal indeed. Excuse me? Gave it a reload, but excuse me? Who? Ignore me. It's 2-0 and it's happening. It's happening. Right, I need to fix this. I need to fix this flipping thing because it's frustrating me. Right. Okay, I think I've got that bit to work. Okay, so let's... Oh my god, my sources list is an absolute nightmare right now. This is just an absolute mess. Right, I want this one down. There we go. Okay, right. Right. We're getting it. Because the problem is you've all been incredibly kind and donated so much that it's actually too many for the thing to even deal with. For now, Lanzini on the edge tries to find Soufal, pulls it back across. Oh, save from the goalkeeper. That was incredibly close. Because there's been so many right now that it actually has just broken the thing. We'll do that. So now I've got to just type it all out manually. Deckers. Harry. Flynn Downs gives away a free kick there. He gives away a free kick. Yeah, just a little bit of a bundle. A little bit of a bundle from the boy. Such a nice pass from Lanzini into the path of Soufal, who's never going to score ever, and then a nice little clip back from into maybe a bit more of a central area. Never going to happen, but there we go. So we do that, and then this one. They've made all 5 of their changes now. Coman's just come on for Popescu, which is fine by me. Popescu, one of their better players. The only one I knew before we faced them, due to just people writing that he's the next great player or whatever. And then the last one, Edgar Allan Bro. What a name that is, by the way. What a name. There we go. Right, I fixed it. It's working. Scenes. No more stress. It's done. He is very good, isn't he? He is very good. Interesting. I just assumed there was a blanket ban in the Europa Conference League because of the betting rules, but that's actually really interesting. I did not know that. It makes sense, Major. I didn't know that. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Get on the mix, Cloud. Come on. I'm going to be on it, Dean. I'll tell you that much after this. Got to go shop, so lob it in the old earlugs. On the old earlugs, Charlie, is what that one said. And then we go and have a grand old time. I'm very excited. Lob it in the old earlugs. Someone take a microphone away from me. I don't talk good England. No worries, bro. Good to see you. Hope you're on a grand old time. And again, if you haven't subscribed to M Breezy on YouTube, if you haven't subscribed to, well, subscribe to him on Twitch as well, but if you haven't followed him on Twitch, get involved, ladies and gentlemen. Best football manager streamer in the game. And I'm not just saying that because he has a great beard, but he also does have a great beard. And at this point, I'm more just trying to live vicariously through him. But yeah, have a good one, bro. Fornals as well on the left-hand side. Takes it inwards, finds Lanzini. Nice little link-up play. Couldn't quite find Downs. It was a nice little triangle beginning to form, but doesn't quite work out. I tell you what, their striker's been really isolated today, FCSB. They're trying to work their way forward now. That's a nice ball on from the run. But there's just no options there. He pulls it back to the striker. Hits it well wide. Another really good opportunity, but just doesn't quite make it work. What is that? No idea. Stoica comes charging through. Nice double pullback, sort of through ball situation. Very rugby play. Stoica pulls it back, and I don't know which one of the striker hits it, but one of the FCSB players hits it and just drags it wide. A really good opportunity, and they just can't make it happen. Can't make it happen. For Tammy, I think Tammy Abraham would work better in Moyes' system, but I think Scamacca I prefer as an all-round player. I like Scamacca better, but I think Tammy would work better in Moyes' system. So I would say no, but I could understand the logic if someone would. Happy fun stuff. I'm so hyped for Mabama, and I don't give a crap what anyone says. That is just 1000% his goal. I'm so happy for him, man. Like, you can't... Look at the way he celebrated that goal. Look at the way he celebrated that goal. Oh, ladies and gentlemen, subs are coming. Right. We've got Freddie Potts. We've got Harrison Ashby. And I'm not sure who else there was. There was someone else there, but I didn't get the time to figure it out. Harrison Ashby, of course, a lot of conversation about. Sufal goes down, so probably the right time to bring on Harrison Ashby. Was it Forson? Who else was it? It was Potts. It was Ashby, and who was the other one? Yeah, that's kind of my opinion on it, right? That's kind of my opinion on it. Like I like Abraham, and like I said, I think he would work better in Moyes' system, but I like Scamacca more. You know. Smooth. The coaster came with it. Yeah, we had him as a goal as well, but it's 1000% known goal, but I do not care. What a really nice cross from Sufal. Look at his celebration, man. He throws up the irons and he's just screaming. There is no... He can't even get close to it. I'm trying to look at the bench now to figure out who that was coming on. It could... I think it was Forson. Could be Sawyer as well, but I think it was Forson. Not sure though. Nathan Agard lays it short to Lanzini through the middle. He's had a good game in that position, to be fair. And I think playing him there was maybe the right decision in retrospect, even though it's not super keen. That's a really nice ball across. Oh, save Fornals for a second. Oh, and he does it. West Ham United 3, FCSB 0, and Fornals gets his second goal. Mate, not only did he get one, he's got another. He's got a bloody another, he has. Pablo Fornals with the goal. Pablo with a big old double. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, Pablo Fornals gets the goal. Let's go. We've been the better team. We've been completely in control of the game. they've had opportunities far and few between, and it's felt calm, but we've just been better. The ball comes in from, it was a really nice cross from Skulls, and then goalkeeper sort of scrambles it away, and Fornals is just the fastest to react, gets onto it, finishes it underneath the goalkeeper in between the legs. Lovely stuff. It's 3-0. I'm happy, Ray. I'm not going to lie to you, mate. I'm quite happy. I don't know how you feel. We'll probably end up having a conversation about it on Two Spanners. By the way, Ray, are you available on Sunday? I'm trying to figure out when to do it again. And I know obviously Fridays and Saturdays are difficult for you. Ray, what's the best day for you out of Friday, Saturday, or Sunday? Can you do any of them? Let me know. But I'm happy with it. I'm really happy it is Forson. I was right. So Forson, the incredibly small guy, comes on. Oh, Pablo Fornals just after scoring comes off. So Fornals, Downs, and Soufal come off. On come in their place. Freddie Potts, appear Forson, and Harrison Ashby. Probably right time for Ashby to come on. Obviously, Soufal just went down. Fornals has just got a second. So it's fine to that. 2 more subs left. Early Friday. Okay. So tomorrow. Okay. What time's early? Let me know, and I'll try and find someone and see if make it work. So, Joan, this is exactly what's just happened. We have, or it's a good opportunity for FCSB, hits it straight into the hands of Ariola. No stress on that one. So, Freddie Potts has come on, probably for Pablo Fornals or Flynn Downs. Sorry, Flynn Downs has come off, Pablo Fornals has come off, and Soufal has come off. We then have on in their places Forson, Potts, and Harrison Ashby. So Ashby will now, it's a good opportunity for FCSB, good inception there from Johnson, and then calmly from Nathan Agard back to the goalkeeper who clears it. Like before 5 p.m? Okay. I'll get on to finding a guest. So you're probably looking at a situation where Ashby comes straight on at right wing back. Soufal had just gone down injured, so that makes more sense. And then I'm looking at the formation now to see who's taking up the attacking role, because obviously Downs and Fornals just both came off, who were playing the more attacking midfielder roles. It looks like Forson and Lanzini are now playing just behind / either side of Mubama. And you're looking at maybe Freddie Potts and Connor Coventry in a double pivot. Nice turn by Connor Coventry there. Plays it into the path of Forson, who is so small. Ashby gets forward. Ooh, nice pass. Mabama can't quite get there. Nice pass. Really nice pass from Harrison Ashby. Just a nice slide rule through ball. If anyone here is a patron and would like to be on the Patreon podcast with myself and Ray tomorrow at any point before 5 p.m, do let me know. I don't know, how far behind am I? It's just up there. How far behind am I? That's correct, is what it says on my screen. Just looking at that slight shot from FCSB again in a replay there. It was a nice opportunity, but can't keep it down, and easily into the hands of Ariola. Oh, Lee. How are you, my friend? I hope you're well. I hope you have a good day, my friend. Lee does big bits on the disabled team. Has his own channel as well. Doing big bits. Always good opinions from Lee. Would highly recommend. Don't Drippy Baker. I'm scared. I'm supposed to be meeting him in like 2 weeks or something, less than that. Not keen. I'll tell you that much. Skulls, nice pass inwards to Coventry. That's a really nice ball. It's Ogbono who's got all the way forward and hits it. And I tell you what, the goalkeeper has to get his tips to it to pass it around. Flipping heck, Ogbono who's laughing, finds himself in an incredibly advanced position. It's a really nice ball from Connor Coventry, just through to him, and he hits it, and it's on target. It's a good hit from Ogbono, forces a good save from the goalkeeper. Hughes, thank you very much for the $5 in the full-time fund. 5 for the kids goal. Has tried hard. Nice work. Yeah. And again, it's Mubama's all day. No, I'm not hearing anything else. Short from Lanzini. 1-2 with Ben Johnson. Back to Johnson again. It's good crossing position this. Puts it in towards Potts. Couldn't quite make it work. Oggy. Oi. Come on, man. If he had scored, that would have been insane. It has. It's nice when there's not a lot of pressure on it, you know? I think when there's not a lot of pressure, you can kind of be calm and just relax about it, you know. And I think that's sort of what we've got here. We've got a really good. We're putting in a good performance. It's calm. It's not very stressful. It's just working for us, and I'm kind of loving it. Kind of loving it. Bama's gonna pick up a yellow card for that. Yeah. Shaking a hand with the FCSB player, no hard feelings, but he just dives in to try and get that ball up, completely overstretches on Coman, and it's an easy yellow card. It's an easy yellow card. He's been asked to do a really difficult role. He's sort of isolated. He's not got much creativity around him, and it's one of those situations where I don't know. I'm liking it. I like him. I think there's a lot. I think there's a lot to like. I think his pressing's good. I think his positioning's good. I think there's just that little bit of maybe if he was playing with. Imagine him playing, but with the first team around him, you could see how he'd get a little bit more opportunities and it'd be a little bit easier for him. But in a game in which he's being asked to play a difficult role, I think he's doing relatively well. What about you? Pablo Fornal's got 2, and the third was definitely Mubama. It will go down as an own goal, but I'm saying it was Mubama's goal. Nothing. It's just not there. I don't know what my brain is just saying. No, Ollie Scars is getting a yellow card. Referee was insistent on him getting a yellow card. The amount of times he blew that whistle before he got given it. I've got no idea what it was, Dean. It was either something I saw you say on Twitter and I was going to ask you about it, or it was something I thought it was coming to me, but it wasn't. I've got no idea. Played out wide to Ollie Scars there, picks up the ball. It's a really nice control, but he's offside and he picks up a yellow card just for a little bit of time wasting. Oh, that's really nice from... I don't know who that is. I think it was... Oh, my God. And then what... Jesus Christ. I tell you what, the initial control was incredible. It was Ed Juma, middle of the park, just holds off a player. Nice little Cruyff turn, runs away. Just a beautiful piece of control to take it away. And then played an unbelievable... just the most powerful chip through ball you've ever seen in your life. Not even anywhere remotely close to an FCSB player. They were about half a pitch away. And just a huge... Let's goal kick, so... He needs better upper body strength. He's getting held up by the centre back. Needs Antonio Diet, but he's still young. Yeah, I mean, you could see him battling. And again, there's been times where he's had to battle where he's turning around and physically just looking at the defender and trying to sort of get him up and get him away. But I really like him. Like Dylan's saying, he's only 18. I think he's got a future. There's a lot to like about him. I want to see him get opportunities with... I want to see him get better opportunities. Get him opportunities with... Oh, one there. With better players around him. With more creative players around him. He's playing with a front two next to him of Downs and Downs and Fornals, who I love both players, but it's not quite Paqueta, is it? So, you know. Good defending there from Maguire. Good defending there from Nathan Agard. I've been trying to figure out the entire time what he looks like, and Spencer is an unreal shout. He does have a bit of the Jack Whitehall about him. He looks like a side character in Spooks, but I don't... There's a specific person I'm thinking of, and I can't figure it out. But Big Spen Doggy Dog is an outrageous shout. No. That's insanity. Why would I? Not even coming close to giving him money. I live with a Tottenham fan in Arizona. Edgar, my friend, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You have deepest sympathies, my friend. Deepest sympathies. Big ball over the top. Skulls. That's really nice. First time. I've really liked Ollie Skulls at left wing back today. I've really liked the touches, the balls, the controls, the passes. There's everything about it. I've just really enjoyed him. Nice first time pass from Nathan Agard there. Also, it's because it's a banging name, right? It's literally one of my favourite names I've seen in the chat for a long, long time. Played in. Oh, Ashby just over the top. Go on, Skulls. Oh, almost a brilliant opportunity for Ollie Skulls there. It comes to him. He gets the control. He has the time. He steadies himself and just tries to pass it into that bottom corner, and it just bounces wide. We're going to get 2 more subs. We are going to get all 5 youth players coming on. Good ball from Harrison Ashby just over the top of Lanzini, and Skulls controls it and then just tries to slot it there. So close. Close. I know. Nathan Agard. I know. But Nathan Agard. Substitutes, right. So, we are seeing the first one is Mubama is coming off. He doesn't get all 90 minutes. We are going to see a player playing out of position up front. Yet another one. Because on in his place is Swire, who is a sort of number 10 winger type player. He is coming on up front. And then Ben Johnson's also coming off. And on in his place is Mubama, by the way, getting lots of love with Casey. I know he's a defender. I don't know where he plays specifically in defence. By the way, Mubama, as he was coming off there, was just getting loads of hugs and handshakes and just looked happy as all hell. Good to see 5 youngsters coming on now as well. Good ball down the line. Lanzini does well, turns, picks up the ball. Nice 1-2s with Sawyer there. He does well to get back into the box. Scars tries to play it in. Couldn't quite get there, but it wasn't bad. On the other end, Harrison Ashby just adjusting, then plays in the ball. It's not bad. He's looking for Forson, who is never going to win a header against anyone, I don't think. But we'll be taking that. Olivia, you have my sympathies as well. To be honest with you, I grew up and live in North London. I went to primary, secondary, college. It was all Arsenal, Tottenham or Manchester United. So trust me. Trust me, I feel your pain. Well, thank you very much, Mrs. Judas. I appreciate that. It's very kind of you. Thank you very much. I probably agree with you. The hair's very long right now. I am planning to get it cut at some point soon. When? We'll see. But I haven't cut it since... it's been over 2 years since I last cut my hair. So, you know. I don't actually know what's going on with Mbappe, Drippy. You'd have to let me know. I genuinely don't know somehow what's going on with Mbappe. Don't know if I want to open that cupboard, but we're going to go there. I need to add... Who is it? I need to add Edgar's second. Commentators just trying desperately not to give it to Mubama. Get away. Well. Yeah, but you look good, Ray. That's the thing. I think I would look like a madman. And my head is an incredibly odd shape. But you look great with it, mate. You're pulling it off. Handsome guy, you know? Foul for West Ham against Lanzini. He holds out his hand to sort of go, what are you doing? I don't know if he was asking for someone to help him up or whether it was just what, but he's then having a little sort of face-off with the FCSB player. It's whoever's captain who's having a little shout back at him. Bro, if you're losing 3-0, what's the point? Oh, there was a really nice run from Harrison Ashby down the right-hand side, which we just didn't pick up on. I don't think he told anyone, but he made a really nice run where a ball over the top could have been open. Ooh, nice little slide rule pass. I think it was maybe Potts who played that. Swire picks up the ball. Charges down the right-hand side. Tries to play it in. It wasn't bad, but Forson was there. Couldn't quite get on the end of it. It was a bit too close to the goalkeeper. He picks it up. 10 minutes to go. Yeah, really good stuff. Dylan, you have nothing but my respect for what is ultimately an unbelievable pull with Morton Gammett's Pedersen. What a free kick merchant he was. Blackburn legend. Morton Gammett's Pedersen. Big. Love that from you. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, AK. It does feel a lot like that. It's weird how that works. The people not coached by David Moyes have a bit of fluency in their attack, fluidity. Just big physical nonsense there from Connor commentary. It's just I've got this weird like it's just my dad used to when I was a baby. My dad used to balance a pint on my head, and I feel like that's maybe partly the problem. Maybe partly the problem. Whipped in from FCSB, good defending from Ollie Scars. It's going to be a corner. I would agree, Arthur. In fact, Arthur, let's just tell you what, we can do that. Hang on. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. Look at that. Look at that. Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Look at that. There's an FCSB player down, by the way, so we're not going to take the corner quite yet, which is why I'm happy to waste my time. But look at this. There we go, ladies and gentlemen. Should I do the rest of the stream like this? I can't see a single thing you're saying. I can sort of make out what's going on the screen. Trying to sort of... Oh, I hate it. I hate it. Oh, there we go. I don't mind the sort of curtains look, but when it's shorter than this is too long for curtains. Way too long for curtains. We are playing Blackburn at some point. Blackburn are next Wednesday. No, but I can't act like I don't bring it up on a regular basis, you know, just out here. Just, you know. Cup that you can buy on hammerchatstore.com. Spoon. Weld it together. Weld it together. You know? You know? Ray, stop trying to make... Stop, Ray. Stop. I let you do it to the guests on Two Spanners. I'm not going to let you do it here. It was. I've been thinking about that area a lot. Don't know why. Do you remember Joe at Manchester City? Players like that. You know? I'll take that. Someone else said Undertaker as well. Black Sabbath, Cousin It, very accurate. Beautiful man, thank you very much. Undertaker, there you go. Yeah. Yeah. Big ball forward. Can't quite make it work. Forsen charging it down. I'll tell you what, they're charging it down right now. Sawyer and Forsen just flying forward. Goalkeeper's forced to punt it long from an awkward situation. We miss out, and Casey misses out on the header. Someone asked about the Bray Wyatt return in the chat as well. I have mixed feelings. I really liked the moment he returned. I enjoyed the first promo he did when he came back. The second one I felt a little bit less about. This new uncle, whatever his name was, character, I don't know about. We're going a bit too Bray Wyatt again, but I'm willing to see where it goes. And I'm excited to see him back because he's very unique in terms of professional wrestling. So I'm excited to see where he goes and what he does. I have slight reservations about certain aspects of it, but so far so good. Giovanni, that's another great shout. Yes. Listen, Major, sometimes you just got to own it, you know what I mean? Sometimes you just got to say it. The streets will never forget Meet Chew. Yes, Reese. Yes. What a shout. The poll says, oh, that's a good shot. Where is the poll at? Okay. Interesting. If you haven't, by the way, like the video, ladies and gentlemen, we're almost at 400, so what a time to be alive for that. And a dead rubber game, 400 is very impressive. I can't lie to you. Carnu at Portsmouth. Yeah, not even at Arsenal. Specifically at Portsmouth. Let's go. Benjani. Another Portsmouth forward legend. You know? Who's that guy who played for Portsmouth for years? Striker. Can't remember his name. I'm trying to remember his name for the life of me. I feel like he had a double-barreled name or three names. I think he was a striker for Portsmouth. I think it was Portsmouth for years. Years. Check my phone. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, Jesus Christ. That is... this is what I'm saying. I don't know what that character is. Also, shout. Very excited for him to be back as well, because obviously he's back in AEW this week, so I'm very excited for that. What's his name? Malachi. All ball forward. That's a nice opportunity for Lanzini. Awful bit of touch. It's acres of space on the right hand side for the left hand side for Scarles. He's found him, but a bit late. Ogbona's come up for it again, because screw it, why not? He was close the first time, might as well go again. Oh, nice pass inwards to Freddie Potts, who looks like he was shaving for a shot there for a second. Lays it out short to Harrison Ashby instead. Ashby for the cross, deflects. It's going to be a corner. We'll take that. Yakubu, what a guy. It wasn't Yakubu, but what a guy. Whittington, another guy. Lualua. Yes. Lualua. It wasn't Boney, although another incredible player. Luar. Yes, that's what I was thinking of. Thank you. Also, Yakubu, what a forward. What a forward he was. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Whatever happened to El Hadj Diouf? He just disappeared after we didn't buy him. I don't know where he went in the end. Not Freddie Picquion, although, fun fact, if you watch Two Spanners at patreon.com/Hammers Chat, you might be seeing Freddie Picquion sooner than you thought you would. Oh, scenes. Forson does well. Nice control. Couldn't quite find the through ball. It was a nice idea. Couple of minutes left. Herman O'Riderson. Leroy Lita. Leroy Lita. What a guy. What a guy. He was... Fun fact... No, it wasn't Leroy Lita. Who was the other striker at Reading? Big, tall, ginger guy. Who was in the... Speaking of the Hoosiers, is in the music video for Goodbye Mr. A. Because there's a scene in Goodbye Mr. A when they're playing FIFA 2008. And he's using Reading because they're from Reading. He was a Reading fan. And the big... tall ginger guy scores. Oh, Lanzini! Oh, good save from the goalkeeper. Sort of scrambles. You feel like you could maybe a better goalkeeper may do a little bit better with that, but just a lightning shot from Lanzini towards the top right hand corner, not right in the postage stamp area, but forces a save, and they can now come away with the ball. FCSB down the left hand side. It's Coleman lays it out wide. Whipped in. It was a good cross. Nathan Agard can't quite get there. Goes all the way across to the other side of the pitch before anyone picks it up. Laid short. Now looking for a cross from the right hand side. In, but easily got away there by Angelo Ogbonna. Not the best clearance you're ever going to see in your life, but he gets it away. And then West Ham battle for it and win it. Lofted forward, trying to get forward again. Can't quite manage it. And FCSB pick up the ball. They're looking for a late consolation goal here. They're obviously out of the Europa Conference League already. Have been since before the game started. We've obviously already won our group. Have done before the game started. So really, at this point, it's just a case of pride, if anything, and Coleman puts it into a decent position. Their player goes down, and Ogbonna just looks at him and says no, and it's going to be a corner. It's going to be a call. Kitson, that's the one. Dave Kitson, thank you very much. Yes, big Dave Kitson. That's the one I was thinking of. Not Guy Whittingham. Although, was he the one who played? No, he was like Peter Whittingham. Who was the midfielder he played for Cardiff who could do a good free kick? That was a Whittingham as well, wasn't it? But yes, Kitson was the one I was thinking about. It's played in. Let's look at this pen shout again. To be honest with you, I don't think it's a penalty. It's pulled back across me. It's not it hasn't been given, and there's no VAR. But he sort of just runs into Ogbonna, who just points at him. Ogbonna, I don't even know if Ogbonna fully knows he's there, to be honest with you. And Ogbonna just points at him. He tries to buy it. He's now got people magic spraying him on the floor. It's all very OTT about it. I don't think it's, it is what it is. Peter Whittingham. I'm sure, was it Peter Whittingham? I'm sure that was the guy, right? It was, right? Did he pass away? I'm sure it was the free kick guy, right? What a guy. Darius Vassell. I tell you what, he was banging on early Pez's. Oh, flipping hell, that was close from FCSB. It was played in, and Radonovic, I think it was, who gets a shot, and it was blocked in the end, but it was incredibly close. Good defending from Nathan Agard. He looked a little bit... That's brilliant. Him and Areola and... Aguerd is down. Aguerd is down. I'm going to give him the respect he deserves and actually speak about him in his proper name. He's down. Okay, he's lifted back up. He seems to be moving again. He dived in. It was a beautiful, beautiful block from him, to be fair. And, well, it was a beautiful block, but clatters with Areola on the way. Still. It's going to be a corner again. Coman's take it, puts it in. Nodded away nicely. We'll take that. FCSB maintain possession of the ball, trying to play it in. Good block. 3 minutes of stoppage time to go. So with 2 and a bit minutes to go, I will now ask you for your Man of the Match award. Whoever gets the most amount of votes in the chat as I scroll through. There's no science here. Science will not save you. This is pure vibes. Will win the Hammers Chat Man of the Match awards. And I think there's quite a few options today. I've got a feeling I know who'll have it, but and it's dangerous for me to ask when we're all talking about random players from the mid-2000s who, you know, just having a moment, because I suspect the chat will be a bit messy. However, I will try my best, and whoever gets the most amount of votes will, of course, win the Hammers Chat Man of the Match award. And while we're there, JJ Okocha. What a guy. Tim Sherwood, unbelievable manager for 1 year. JJ Okocha. Scenes. FCSB passing the ball around. I'll end the poll here. Unsurprisingly, most people said West Ham. Unsurprisingly, most people did say West Ham. We're at 409 likes as well. We've done really well on that. I'm really surprised. I thought we would struggle today, but given it was a dead rubber game, but the views have been really good. So thank you very much for coming, and the likes have been as well. So if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe, hit the bell notification button, because we do watch alongs every single game here. We've only missed 2 since we started doing it at the beginning of lockdown, and last year we did one for every single game. Last season, every single game we were here. So make sure to subscribe and hit that bell notification button so you don't miss out on future videos. Jill will be live with a match review though second this is done, which will be momentarily. There is the final whistle. So ladies and gentlemen, 6 out of 6 wins and a 3-0 win at the end with all youth players on the pitch almost. Very, very happy with that. Let's have a quick look for man of the matches before we go. The referee, Skulls, 4 nows. Got to be 4 nows. Downs, Skulls. Mubama, Skulls. Let's go. Lanzini, Skulls. Obviously Mubama, Skulls, Skull, Face. Ooh, I'm here for it. Craig Dawson, as per usual, obviously. Come on now. Pablo, Skulls. Roque Santa Cruz. He met Man City for a bit, didn't he? Fornal, Skamaka, Downs, Fornicator, Skulls, Downs. It's close. I tell you what, it's close between. I'd say it's probably closest right now between Skulls and Fornals, maybe. Bubama. Where else are we at? Fornals, Skulls, Lanzini. Downs or Skulls. I'll tell you what. Thank you very much. I'll tell you what. We're going to give it to Steve. Thank you very much. Hope you're well as well, my friend. Hope you're well as well. If you haven't already subscribed, Steve, come on. Resting. Let's just get wrestling chat going, guys. We've been talking about random players like Nigel de Jong. Let's talk about wrestling. Just scrolling through, trying to see Coventry, Skulls, Fornals, Dawson again, Skulls. We're going to give it to Ollie Skulls. Congratulations to Ollie Skulls on winning your first ever Hammers Chat Man of the Match award on your debut. I thought a really good game from him. It's close between him and Fornals, and Downs got quite a lot as well. But we'll give it Skulls, his debut and everything, and then Mubama obviously getting the goal. It's not John Cena. I was watching that flipping prank again the other day for some reason. I don't know why, but it still bangs. Ladies and gentlemen, it ends 3-0. It's a beautiful result. I'd like to thank once more, just before I go, to Edgar Allan Bro, Hughes, Edgar Allan Bro, Enter Titan Nerd, Johnny Smith, Enter Titan Nerd, Johnny Smith, Sharky, Harry, Deckers himself, Johnny, and Dave Acid D for the donations into the full-time fund. It is very, very much appreciated. Thank you as well to everyone who liked the video. We ended up hitting the big 431. We'll be taking that all day. We'll be back at the weekend, of course, for the game. And then we'll be back against Blackburn and again. So make sure to subscribe if you haven't already. I will be seeing you at the weekend. Until then, come on, you irons. And cheers, everyone.